Boom, we're live. What's going on, everybody? Let's see who's in the chat today. It's definitely mowing season, that's for sure. Everybody's busy. All the mower shops. Brucey, I emailed you, Bruce, or it's in the chat down there. You can take a look. Randy's here. Do. Let's see. Randy's using his phone. David, hello. Everyone's saying hey. Mike is here. Let's see. Not a lot in there right now. We got a few in the basement. Everyone's saying John Rhodes, Klaus, Randy, Haas, Mr. Clem, Mac is here. Let's see, everybody's just saying hello to everybody. Yeah, not too much chatting going on right now. Let's see, Shawnee Hills, hello. All right, so what happened today? Small error with this week, small engines. We've got the Husqvarna tractor that's in my driveway that got fixed today. That was a McCuney carburetor that suffered varnish attack. The whole inside was not as much green in the bowl, but where the needle and seat meet, that this type of a McCuney, it has a brass, like a bushing, if you will, with a hole in it, nothing tapered, and your rubber needle closes on that. But it was all full of varnish and gook and everything else. So I gave the carburetor a complete ultrasonic for about a half hour, and then I lapped the brass seat with a cotton swab, Q-tip, and a drill, with some lapping compound, fine lapping compound, clean that out, and it started up, runs good. I think the motor's a little tired, though. It's probably got about 2,000 hours on it. It's smoking a little bit, but I put new heads on it a year ago because the heads were full of dirt and the valve guides sucked up, so it needed heads. So anyway, that job is done. We worked on a few strimmers this week. I had a funny story. One of my neighbors down the road calls me up and he says, "Oh, you got any mowers for sale?" And I'm like, "Well, how much you looking to spend?" He goes, $20. I go, "You want an engine with that?" And he's like, "What?" I said, $20. I said, "You can't even buy a wheel for $20." I said, "What do you mean a whole mower?" So I had a lawn boy. It's been sitting in my backyard, and I did a video on it yesterday. The kill switch or stop cable, if you will, was totally frozen up, all rusted, frozen up. And I didn't have any braided cable to make a new one. I just had the solid cable. So I made a little safety cable out of it. It worked. Everything worked. Put everything together, cleaned out the carb, ultrasonic, all that stuff, put it back together. Just a slight drip leak out of the carburetor. And I knew because it was old. And it didn't take the standard needle and seat, which is kind of odd. Tecumseh usually has the little white seats in there. It takes those with the aluminum needle. This one had a black type of seat with a brass piece. It's just weird. I never seen it before. Anyway, long story short, Chinesium, Amazon. Today I got a new carb coming with an air filter, $16 or whatever. And gave the guy a price, and I said, "Look, this is what I want." And he said, "Okay." So hopefully he'll be by, maybe even during the stream. I may have to take a break and show him this mower and get paid. So anyway, actually the other carb isn't here yet. It's due today. They say by 10 p.m., but at 5 a.m. it was at my post office half a mile up the street. So I'm hoping I get it today. Who else is here? Hold on a minute. We got more people. John, Mac, Hank, Ben. Ben is here. Basement's loading up. We got Klaus, we got Hank, we got Bruce. All right, let's see. Other than that, mowing season, it started. Everybody is starting to cut the grass at least once or twice. So there are things going on, a lot of stuff coming in, a lot of phone calls. And I had one guy call me up. I just went to his house. His battery was clicking. I knew it was dead battery, and went over there with the jump box, and it was fine. And I told him, get a battery tender, battery minder, and go from there. So that's what he's going to do. All right, everybody's saying, "Oh, is Peter here?" I didn't see Peter Woolworth. Let me see. There he is. Somewhere. Yeah, hey, Peter. All right, let's see. All right, up first, we got our friend, Mr. Klaus. What's going on?
Hey, Kenny. and everybody in chat. How you doing? Other than being busy, it's spring, right?
It is. It is.
Yeah, I just the latest call I got today. It's yeah, I'm a week out now. Uh, so
What do you normally? I mean, in busy times, you a couple weeks, 2, 3 weeks, or what do you normally?
I I hmm, I stack him. I mean, people call me, hey, can you fix my? No, well, yes, but not right now. Give me a
Mm,
call Thursday. Let's talk.
hmm
So I kind of stack them, and some people don't want to wait and they do something else. That's fine.
mm,
And some called me back on Thursday, say, so okay, yeah, bring it in Monday. I'll look at it. So I stack them. I don't have a whole lot of space to store machines. I mean, I can in a pinch, I can have three riding mowers and two push mowers in my shop, and then I start to bump into things. Then
hmm
it's not funny. But yeah, it's definitely spring season. I mean, people are calling, well, big things, little things, but it's not. And I always found that interesting. It's not that interesting to do all these springtime mowers because it's the same thing that's wrong with them. It's either a battery, a carb,
hmm
or something froze, and it's yeah, it's just work, 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 right? So I did manage to put in a test video for you guys. Know some of you know I test tools for the Skill brand tools, and I tried out a 40-volt chainsaw, 14-inch bar. Um, I actually took it to a local sawmill and bought a whole thing of pine and about 18 centimeters in diameter in that area and did cuts. And you know what? That little electric saw, it did great. I'm sorry to say it did great. 52 cuts in pine, and then the battery was drained. I think that's pretty good for
Sure.
for a homeowner cheapo type of machine.
Sure.
And cleaning, that's even the best part. All you have to do, you have to drain it of oil. That's what it's, I don't know why that is, but I think it's got something to do with the how the oiling system works.
hmm
But got to drain it of oil. That's a bit of a pain.
You talking bar oil or what kind of oil?
Yeah, regular
Yeah.
bar oil.
Okay.
Yeah, steel bar oil,
hmm
my favorite. But and the rest of the cleaning was done with the air gun.
Hmm.
It's done. Put it on the wall. See you in 6 months.
Now, what do you do with a piece of equipment like that? Do you keep it or you sell it or how do you?
I if I don't sell it
Mhm.
because that wouldn't. I mean, I don't know. That tastes funny to me. I
Mhm.
either return it or I keep it.
Okay.
I have them on what's called long-term testing
Hmm.
terms, which means that I have them during their warranty period.
Are those made anywhere near you, Klaus, or where are they actually made?
China.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, they're made in China, just like
Mhm.
Milwaukee and Bosch and
Hmm.
Makita. Sorry, but they are. And yeah, but it's. I mean, for the cost,
Hmm.
not too shabby. I mean, if you need to cut a piece of wood for your stove or your heat, whatever, once in a while, if you want
Hmm.
to trim your apple tree or cut down a hedge,
hmm
I mean, it's a brilliant little machine.
Hmm.
I know the teeth on the chain is not pro stuff. It really isn't. But
Hmm.
hey, 52 cuts in regular fresh pine. That's pretty good,
Hmm.
you know.
Hmm.
On so yeah, it's and it was on location. I never taken the camera basically outside the shop that far. That was kind of interesting. Um, and the guy I talked to when I went up and asked him how much do I have to pay for first of all for the tree I cut into slices, and I wanted to bring home a piece to test sauce on. He said, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. And I'm kind of like, okay, well, here's a hobby motor coffee mug. So thanks. And so yeah, that was a pretty good day.
Nice. All right.
So
Who do we got next? We got Mr. Toolman Hank.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good.
Hank the Toolman Morosky.
Yeah, been working all week on cleaning up my shed and trying to put things in order, and I'm moving from one place to another, and I don't know. I'm
Short on space.
years,
Short on space.
short on space is right. Yeah, I need to get a bigger building. But I want to get it done because I got so many things that I can repair, and my table is not vacant. Yeah, so that's what I've been working on all week, actually.
What'd you buy this week, Hank?
This week, a TV stand. What else did I buy? I don't know. I'd have to look. I forget.
Wait, did you get a toolbox or no? Did you actually get one?
Yeah, I got one from Harbor Freight. Yep,
Okay.
big one, but it's full already. I could have used twice that size. It's what I want out is what I'm going to use. As I use it, I'm going to hang it, and I know that those are the tools I use constantly. I mean, to display all the tools like on the pegboard and all that is ridiculous because you don't use them all the time. They just sit there out in the open. So this way, I put them in a hiding spot, which is the toolbox. And when
Now, Pete's coming. I don't think we'd even have a use for Whitworths.
yeah, he asked me about if I had one, and I said I've probably seen one, but I got no use for one.
Yeah.
Unless you're working on an old Morris or something like that.
Yeah, it's a British tool, and yeah, what are you going to do? I mean, why have something that you're never going to use unless you're a collector?
Yeah, true.
No, it's the same thing when Bruce showed his Robinson screws. The
Square drive, yeah, Robertson. Yeah.
I have never seen one.
Really?
Never.
Furniture, a lot of furniture.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I mean in the shop.
Yeah, I'm saying Canadian furniture. There's a ton of those. What the hell is going on in my dining room? They're like screaming. Yeah.
Yeah. Is it the cat?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, what the hell are they doing?
Yeah, we had a visit with Stella and her cat in her van today. And, yeah.
Yeah, is she in the basement? Hold on, let's see.
Dolly
Yep, she's waiting. She's a couple more and she'll be up. Hello, Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. This is Louis, Dolly. It's so nice to have you come aboard. Yeah, so my days are.
You all set though for mowing though, Hank? All your tractors are done?
Not all of them, no. I've been too busy organizing.
What Stella doesn't realize is the new format. I bring up the people for the first go around, but she has permission, so she just chimed in. That's all right. That's all right.
Not a girl.
That's all right. She's got permission, but we talk when we talk in order that you came up, and then once we're done, then we go all out. But that's okay. See, she has the power though. I gave her admin rights, so if she wants, she can do whatever she wants. That's all right. All right, let's talk to Mr. Bruce.
I've got the power.
Hello, Bruce.
Brucey.
Hello, guys. Can you hear me? Okay.
Loud and clear.
Good.
Wait, I'll bring Stella up, but she's got to take her turn after Bruce.
Hit the wrong button.
That's all right.
Hey,
where is
Stella.
she? That's all right.
I hit the wrong button. Give me a break.
That's all right.
Amateur.
We're an equal opportunity.
Bruce, how are you?
Oh, coming around.
You getting any work done, Bruce, or what is it?
Well, just a little.
Any snow left? I mean, I know it's
No.
still.
We thatched the lawn and sucked up all of the fluff with the second mower. Mm-hmm. So yeah, we're getting a few things done around here now. Finally, there's no snow. The ground is thawed. The grass is not green, and
We had frost this morning. It was 0 Celsius.
Yeah, I
here.
saw that on the news. You guys got
Yeah.
a little dipper. We're going to 17 today, which is 58, 59.
Yeah,
Pretty
we're about 64 right now, I think.
So Klaus, one of the reasons why we have such nice gardens in the summertime is because the sun doesn't go down till 11 o'clock at night.
Oh,
Yeah. You get a lot of sunshine. Yeah.
So we get the same amount of summer that you guys do. It's just packed into 3 months instead of
Yeah.
6.
wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Nice,
some,
Delight.
Yeah,
You're
but
some
working
plants
hard.
like
Yeah, they do. Corn.
I think it's cooler here, Ken.
yeah, like I say, it was 64 maybe like a half hour ago, but all of a sudden the sun went in, then it cooled off a little bit.
it just went up 10 degrees here since this morning until now and tomorrow.
Celsius?
Yes.
Whoa.
That was the morning started out cool. I mean, I've had my raised beds covered with plastic, both to heat them up and to protect the potatoes from frost.
Mhm.
And I took that off today, and they say the next 10 days, 16, 17, 18, 19, maybe 20 degrees
Wow.
C, which is nice.
We should be talking engines still, right?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should.
So I ordered my seeds and got them.
Where do you order from, though, Bruce? Where do you actually?
Mackenzie, it's a website, Mackenzie Seeds. I think it's
Okay.
Canadian.
Is it?
But okay, we ordered the seed potatoes, right? Because I do have some left from last year, but the shoots are 2 feet long.
But what do people say? If you take a potato and quarter it and plant it, it'll grow?
She put 2 eyes per cut.
Okay.
Those are eyes, those little shoots that grow up.
Yeah.
2 eyes per cut, and then you should let them heal for a few days before you stick them in the ground. But I'm never that organized. I just
What do you
cut 'em
mean
and stick
heal
'em in
though?
the-
Say, how do they
just
heal?
leave them in the open air so that
Oh.
cut part heals
So
off
that,
a little
so it
bit.
skins over just a little bit.
Yeah,
Because
but you know
otherwise
what,
it can
Stella,
get
I
like
just-
fungus and stuff.
yeah.
I
don't
never.
worry about that. I just throw them in the ground freshly cut.
But if you have a little wedge that has 2 eyes coming out, what will grow there?
Potato.
The
No,
2
no,
potatoes.
Really?
No, the eyes become the green
No,
shoots
no,
that you see.
no. But
then
2
the
eyes,
potato
will that
shoots
give
the-
you 2 potatoes? I mean,
It'll
No,
give you-
no.
Two
The eyes goes
green
up and
shoots,
You might get 6 shoots
and then
eventually.
it creates big roots, which are the tuber roots. It'll get
Yeah.
everything will get stronger and bigger and stronger and bigger until you
Yeah.
dig them up in the fall.
no. But if I plant it with the two shoots, okay, or 2 eyes, if you will I get more than 1 potato from that?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
Oh,
think
yeah.
so.
Okay, no, that's what I'm
Because
saying. Yeah.
There's miniature eyes.
No,
that
so
you
I'm
don't see.
gonna try it this year. I'm just wondering, Hank,
Yeah.
what time of year would we do it in our area?
Oh, you can do it right
You can
now.
do it now. You can
Really?
do it now.
I never half my or quarter my potatoes, but what I do is I pre-sprout them inside.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Put them in.
Well, we
you
do
know-
it. We do it not on purpose, but
Interesting.
if you
Yeah, that's like me,
Yeah.
Ken.
no,
in the
no,
basement.
Oh,
yeah,
you
I
should
know.
see.
But in the basement, you get those long white.
Yeah.
Oh, mine are 2 feet
But
long.
if you put
I
it,
know.
if you put it in a windowsill,
Yeah.
it's become little green, almost black growth things.
Yeah.
And I mean, you put them in the ground and they go zoop. It
Really?
goes
How
really
how deep do you put them?
Just
If they're sprouted, I think you could go 6 inches. If they're not
Yeah.
sprouted, you can go.
No, so
4.
you're burying the sprout and everything. You're burying.
Yeah.
Oh
it
yeah.
all?
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
am I gonna
I
have
like
to
to-
curl them up?
I'd like to try that. Yeah.
but you
Mine
got
are
to
already
build them
mine,
down.
yeah, mine are already this high off the ground.
Really?
So my sprouts are 2 feet long. Can I make them 6 inches long, and or will they die? Like, will will that
They
damage
will-
them?
No, you'll be fine.
You won't kill the potato, but you'll set it back.
Oh, that's okay. I
But
was thinking of putting
mound
them in
it.
early.
Mound your dirt.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's Bob saying? Just keep covering with dirt. What does that mean? Why they
Well, that's called hilling.
no, but do they start to pop out?
No.
You say, "Oh, screw you," and they put more dirt on top, or what?
No, you mound it. Mound
Yeah,
it.
I would.
Mound
for-
it.
You
for
mound
a lot
it,
of reasons.
and it's like more potatoes will grow out from the bottom that you just
But
covered up.
here's ground level. How far below ground level to start with?
6 inches.
Okay, and then you keep
Right.
mounding on top of it.
Yeah.
If
Right,
they're-
as it
if the eyes aren't
grows
that long, I
taller-
go 4.
Yeah.
As it grows
It's
taller,
because
you
of
can
the-
mound up more dirt, and more potatoes will come out everywhere you
But
put
when
dirt.
you mound dirt, are you covering it completely or just
Yep.
around it?
Yeah, cool.
Almost.
So if you have like an inch above the soil, you just cover it with more dirt.
No.
Let it grow
What
first.
we're saying is, it's when you have a green shoot that gets about a foot long, you can mound up a few more inches of dirt, and then it grows more. You can keep mounding up dirt, and everywhere you
And that
mound up
turns
dirt,
into
it puts out more potatoes.
roots.
It
Okay,
puts out
all right.
more
Sort of
roots.
like when I do tomatoes and I lay it sideways because it turns into roots.
Exactly.
Okay, I got you. All right, makes sense.
I don't lay my tomatoes sideways. I cage them.
Yeah. What Brucey?
But you don't have to do it all at once.
What type of potato do you do, Bruce? What is your potato?
Russet.
Russets. Okay.
That's
the baking variety. Yeah.
Yeah, well, they do. They work for everything. And then I like the golden somethings, but there's something in my soil or in the air that makes them a little bit scabby, and I don't get scabs on the russets.
Oh wait, Bob uses a bucket for his. That's kind of cool. I got buckets.
Yep, you can do buckets.
Really?
Potatoes
yeah, but don't you have to drain it well?
Resilient.
Are they? Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah, you got to put holes in your bucket.
Yeah. But I'm saying in
and
a
I'm
bucket.
not drowned.
That'd be
Come on, Hank, sing it.
TGM just wrote that it's called chitting. When you pre-sprout your potatoes.
Oh, okay. No, I may try
I never heard that.
I am actually going to go out to the shop and show you guys my sprouts. I got all my potatoes in a 5-gallon pail, and the sprouts are coming over and hitting the ground.
Brandon, I gave you a shout out in my video, and I put the link in there to your Etsy page. So I used your tool.
But Kenny, this time of year, you just want them in the ground because you're too late on the chitting. You want them.
Yeah, but in my basement, I probably have a whole bag of them because we usually let them sit there and say, "Oh crap, we forgot to, whatever." They say put them in a dark
throw
environment.
All the dirt.
Yeah.
Cut them in half, throw them all in the dirt. You'll have more potatoes than you can.
You just said what? Two eyes minimum.
I'm not that big a fan of cutting them because you can introduce fungus.
Right. Well, that's why they say to let them heal for a few days.
That's why you let them dry out for a couple of days until that cut part sort of gets hard and crunchy.
I'm never that organized.
I tried it once, and it seems to take longer for the potato to come up.
Yep.
Yeah. It puts them back a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So sometimes close, if I have enough, like if I've got 20 potatoes, which is more than Trudy and I will need for the year, I just put them in. If I've got 15, I might cut 5 and make plenty.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you can dig them up later if they'll develop a little slower than the others, and it just means you have potatoes longer, fresh potatoes.
Yeah, and bad farmers grow big potatoes.
Let me ask you: you see those like designer like red potatoes and things like that?
Yeah.
Is it harder to do with those type of varieties?
They're not as aggressive, so they're a little shyer to grow.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what's TGM? Potato peels? Really?
I bet you they would if they got an eye on.
I mean, potato peel is part. It's part. So
right.
It'll sprout.
Yeah.
Right.
But I put potato peels in my compost pile, and it doesn't sprout in there.
No.
Well, yeah, but that's because your compost pile is at a high enough temperature that it kills all that kind of growth.
I tell you, mine's got a lot of nice red worms. Yeah, mine's doing good. Yeah. My leaf mold compost doing really well. Yeah, everyone's doing well. Now, Erica, she's got everybody see her garden and stuff. She's got a lot of good stuff in there.
Hi, Erica.
Erica, how'd the open house go? Are you still doing it? She was having like hot dogs and open house today.
I was going to go, but it would have been a $2,500 plane ticket.
Well, I was going to say I was going to go up there, but 7-hour drive each way for a hot dog. I like hot dogs, but
costs more to fly in Canada than it does to fly internationally.
Yeah.
It's all east-west, eh?
No, I think Erica's 8
wow.
hours.
She grows 500 pounds of potatoes every year. Wow.
Busy. She's got the space, though.
Oh yeah. Nice area. I was watching the beginning of her last video where she had the check it. Oh, Erica, did you see my comment? That little fuel tool for steel, $24 for that little fuel line tool. They should spell it STEAL.
I made a comment when she had her
fuel line
chickens that were born on the eclipse. I got to interrupt.
If you look at Erica, good. Sorry.
Her chickens were born on the eclipse.
Oh, that's what she said.
Yeah. So I said they were eclipse chicks. That would be a good name for an all-girl band. The music would be far out. Yeah. Dad joke.
See,
there you go.
So what's the tool you're talking about, Kenny?
It looks like that little U in it where you can flick out the fuel lines instead of like.
You mean this thing?
Wait, hold on.
Wait a minute.
Wait. Yeah, that looks like a chisel or a gardening tool.
Yeah, she's got all the cool tools. She's got all the.
What is that? Is that what's this? Pittsburgh? Yeah, you took what was it? A chisel?
I got this idea from Jake
Oh,
at Eliminator Performance.
but hers is actually U-shaped, like a stamping, and then it's got the cutout in it. But it's like a U shape, so you can get in it. Yours is flat. Hers is a U shape. Yeah.
I use what a pair of pliers for panel clips.
So hers has a little bit of a cup.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
I have this as well. That's a panel clip for.
Yeah, but I have my panel clip. It's like a piece of pliers where two parts.
Yeah, I've got a few of those. Yep.
Yeah.
I bought the kit on Amazonian.
Yeah. You know, the nail pullers they make for like window nails, the little tiny ones.
Yeah.
That's the perfect size for the piping for a carburetor.
Mm.
You mean like the little teeny tiny this stuff?
Nail puller, yeah.
Like a mini cat's paw.
But for this kind
of yeah. That's kind of stuff.
Tygon, yeah.
Yeah, Tygon or whatever. Yeah.
I got to flash my $250 or $300 steel pressure vacuum test set in a video. I never used that set, but hey, it gets on video. I'll use it.
Well, I'm just wondering if one day her and Tyler just sat there with the steel tool catalog and just went, yep.
You know what? I teased her last week about her hook that she used to remove the fuel line.
Mm.
And I said, that's a real nice coat hanger bent. I got one just like it. And she replies back and says, no, that's an actual steel
part number.
Yeah.
Part number with a thing and a thing. I'm going, oh, I use coat hanger.
Well, it's funny. I looked the other day. She uses OEM steel piston stops. The black ones with the little aluminum on the end.
With the
the little aluminum on it. They're not that, but it's funny. If you look at a steel part number and then go one part number like 2 or 3 below, 2 or 3 above, you'll see all different sizes of all different things. But I believe if you could look it up, there's an actual steel tool catalog. You can look up everything they sell. Like
I will say that the plastic insert piston stop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I have them, 2 or 3 or 4.
I do too. Mm-hmm.
But I don't trust them because I have a couple of times when I used it. It broke it because I did it wrong or something. I broke it, and then you have to dig out that plastic thingy inside.
Oh, so you broke the tool, not the top of the piston. I'm always concerned about using metal stops because I'm always afraid,
pop a hole in the piston.
Your homemade one still.
Yeah, but you got to make sure it's rounded like a bullet nose. As long as it's got a rounded nose.
Stella's homemade one is a plastic piece, and my homemade one is a 3/8.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That piece on the end, my piece on the end is a 3/8 bolt grounded.
Right.
Mine is all steel, but
anyway,
the trick is to turn the engine so the piston is up against it tight.
Yeah.
Before you put
you don't want to put your impact on and pop a hole in it. Yeah.
Impact.
No, I use impact to loosen the clutch. No problem.
Yeah, that would be kind of tragic.
It was funny. I was watching Erica, and it's like she's doing a seal thing. You got the seal remover, then you got the steel guide to go on. So
thread
protector.
Protector.
Then the steel installer.
That's why I'm scared of watching her videos. They cost too much.
Yeah, I know. No, you know what's funny? I'd like to see on the end of Erica's video. This video literally costs $478 in tools or something like that. You know, when you look at the actual amount.
No, but I mean, if you do
she does a lot of steel though.
Yeah, and if you
what's
do it
520 Canadian here, Bruce? What's that?
520 Canadian would be about $4.
That fuel line tool was $24 at my dealer. I don't know. Are we getting screwed in America?
Is that the hook one?
Yep.
No. The fuel line tool that she had with the U-shaped tool, that part number that you showed me, because she actually mentioned my name, and I looked it up, and it was $24, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I have it. Yeah, it's good.
You have that one, the U-shaped one, the fuel line one? How much was it over there?
I don't know.
7,000 kroner.
My dealer's, my dealer's like 24. I was like, what?
I don't care. I just remortgage the house and get one.
Yeah, just like that cable I did the other day, the longboard cable, $82 for a stop cable. I was like, what?
On that,
You
was
know?
that on that tractor?
That was on a lawn boy push mower. The brake cable, the stop cable.
Oh yeah.
They want
Imagine that.
$82 for it. I'm like, what?
$82 for a cable.
Cable. Yeah. I call up my
It's
dealer.
almost
I
like
go,
a John Deere stop cable, eh?
well, I said to him,
True.
I said to Justin at L&R up by me, I said, Justin, I said, can you just give me a sensibility check? I said, look up this part number. You know, it's about $81. I'm like, what?
Go
It's
home and use
it's
a
a
Z,
$5
yeah.
cable.
Go home and use
You
a
know?
Z piece and make one with your crimper hooser.
Send me the number. All right, hold on. I'll look up Erica's video, and I'll get the number. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I'm bad for not putting my
Let's
tool
see.
numbers in the about section
Mm.
because everything I use is homemade.
Yeah, I have a lot of
Well,
homemade.
and,
And also,
and there's a lot of
there's
homemade.
the-
I like homemade stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there is no number for Hooser.
right.
All right, let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I just got back from Home Depot.
Oh,
All righty. Oh,
Ooh.
Honda blades. Jesus, you made
Oh,
a
yeah.
money? You made
Oh,
a goal?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
here's the deal. They were $39. You know, this is the set, you know, the mulching set. They were
Yeah.
$39 at Home Depot. Everywhere else, like online, they're like 80 some dollars. So I
Yeah.
assumed that they'd be Arnold blades or something, but it's the real deal. Not bad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Nice. Those are the ones that are offset. Well, one is offset from the other, right? A bit?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. I have that on my
And-
HRX.
And don't ever trust the online. This is what we have in the store because they have 3 different varieties, and they said they had 6 of these in stock for the HRN 216, the newest mower, but they only had 1 because all of them were in the wrong bins. They don't know how to do inventory
Yeah,
there, so
they're not very good.
you know you always got
Or-
to take that with a grain of salt.
Or it says it's in aisle 26A, and you go down there and it's
Yeah.
in
No, it's
27.
Oh, and I got another thing. Tom helped me with a carburetor that had I didn't realize it had an accelerator pump, and
Oh,
the
yeah.
O-ring is bad, and it took a while to find a set of O-rings, baby. Look at those sizes here.
Nice.
So this is the size for the accelerator pump. This I think is the size.
Yeah, 1x3. That's the one for the
for
accelerator.
the
Yep.
Honda. And I think
How
this
many of
one
each,
is
though?
the
How many of
one
each, Stel?
for
110 pieces.
110.
Whoa, where'd you get? What's it called? Where'd you get it? You got the link?
So,
Is that
Stella,
Amazon?
can I
Yeah,
ask?
well,
is,
yeah.
well,
It's
I
look
have-
at
I
this
have-
thing.
I'm
It's
going
crazy
nuts
little
here.
things.
Yeah, where's the link, Stella? Put
Yeah.
Now,
Now.
the little
I'll
one
link up
for
there.
the idle plug.
Yeah,
Is it
for
in
a
there?
Honda. That's I believe that's the
Oh, for the
441.
pilot jet? Yeah, for the
Yeah.
pilot jet. Yeah.
Nice.
That's nice.
For
That's
the,
a nice
for the
kit. I
pilot
like that
circuit
kit.
or idle circuit, and then
Let
yeah,
me
it
look
took
up-
forever
Let
to
me look
find
it
it,
up on
but
Amazon.
yeah,
Did you get
I'm
Amazon?
going to
or what?
order that.
yeah,
And that
it's
was Amazon.
It's TWCC 1010.
CC. Here we go. 1010. There we go.
It was like
TWC.
$7.99 or something.
Get out.
Extremely affordable amount of
$8.99.
money.
There it is. There it is. Hold on. I
Yeah,
got it. $8.99.
$8.99, and I could buy one of these things from the steel dealer and pay shipping. Yeah,
It doesn't come up on Amazon for me.
No, type in TWCC.
TWCC.
1010.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah.
TWC.
I'm going to order
is that
one.
not crazy?
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
Let's see it again, Kenny. Sorry. How many? That's 10 pieces.
Yeah.
Thanks.
22 different sizes. I'm going to order
Let's
it next day. For $9, screw it. I'm ordering it.
For $9, like you said, I could buy one of these little O-rings from
It'll
the
pay
steel
for it
dealer.
the first job. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know,
One has
because they-
880 pieces and one has 1,000 pieces.
Yeah,
The
they have
I'm
another
looking
one that's
at.
got like 3,000 pieces in it too. This TWCC.
Oh, I don't see
Well,
it
this
on my
this
Amazon.
all those didn't have these teeny tiny ones in there. They all start with the larger ones. All those other kits. This is the only one that had all the teeny,
You're right.
the micro sized ones. So anyway, this is a good deal.
Yeah.
I'm very
That's
happy
200
with this
pieces.
purchase.
Oh, they have another kit. It goes a little bit bigger. It's 1,400 pieces, but it's a little bit bigger. It goes from 4mm and up.
So I got the one that goes 3
Right. So
millimeters.
it
and
doesn't
up.
have the teeny tiny ones. Right.
Yeah, 3mm. That's what she has. 3mm and up.
Mine says
10.
800 pieces on that
Okay.
one.
Does that, as long as it has
Yeah.
1x3, 1x4, those are the two that we really use.
And there's 200 of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Crazy.
pretty
There's
cool.
there's 100 of these things. It's a lifetime supply for me.
You guys are worse than Hank.
No,
No.
I just
No, but
I
just
ordered-
one pilot jet or something. When you take it out and you put these in, it pays for itself. You know.
Yeah.
Right, because if I were to buy the one thing from
Hmm.
the steel dealer,
Hey, Joseph.
or excuse me, you can't buy it. You got to go to somebody that sells Zama stuff. You know, the kit may or may not include the repair.
Mm.
Actually, it does not. I just got the
Yeah, because
I
it was
just got
the
the
steel
carb
accelerator pump, right? Isn't that the 1x4 you were saying?
Here it's
Yeah.
$10 for the set, right? And
Mm.
$15 in shipping.
Shipping,
geez.
Hey,
Yeah.
well, I got Joseph on the comment here. He's working on a 6 horsepower Kohler out of a Boland's 1961 tractor, and the guy, when he started it years ago, the flywheel actually blew up, and it actually blew up in pieces. So
Yeah.
he's trying to convert to battery ignition, which he can do. It's just that finding a flywheel. Now, Joseph, did you find a flywheel, Joseph? Put it in the comments, because converting to battery ignition is nothing. But I emailed you privately yesterday. Do you have the points lobe on your camshaft? If you look inside your engine, do you actually have the points lobe?
it'll have an eccentric sort of portion on it. That
but on
opens
Kohler
up.
engines that had just magneto, the cam didn't have that lobe on it for the points.
Right.
But the ones where it's machined for the points, that just has the lead plug in the pushrod hole, it should have the lobe on the cam. But you just have to verify. Yeah. And make sure you have an internal resistor coil, or else it'll blow up on you.
And it'll say it on the coil, internal resistor coil, right?
Yep. Internal resistor.
Yeah.
Yep. Or needs external resistor. Either way. Yep. Let's see. What else we got here?
Hank, are you snacking on Pringles? Man.
Imagine having, I'm still working on this, Stella. Imagine having 200 Honda Pilot Jet washers or O-rings.
Like I said, it's a lifetime supply.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And then some.
I had to make sure I ordered the right one.
Oh, the engine has points. Cool. Oh, okay. The engine has points. It was just using the magneto under the flywheel instead of using an external coil. Okay. Yeah, just make sure. That's easy then. But just make sure you have an internal resistor coil. Other than that, you're good to go. Yeah. All right. Cool. That's easy.
Mine's $27.
What's that for the kit?
What, that kit?
Yeah.
Mine is 28 euros. I just ordered it.
$8.99.
Okay, great. You buy 2 of those silly things from the steel dealer. You just paid for it.
Yeah.
I know.
Seriously, man, this is like
More.
no, you can't go wrong.
Thank you, Stella.
I should get a commission for this.
So good. I just spent money and I didn't go wrong. Woo-hoo.
We're allowing you on here. How's that?
Mine's still in the cart. You know why my tight rod, right?
Right. That and a quarter still won't buy you a cup of coffee, right? Yeah.
That's right.
$27. You can buy a good car for that.
Bruce, live on the edge. Hit it.
Yeah. Right.
Or maybe a new phone, Bruce.
Oh.
Just kidding.
Or a new service.
Oh, at least it's not your flip phone. There you go.
Steve, you know my buddy Steve, Steve OJ.
Yeah.
He has a flip phone and he refuses to drop it. I think he likes being Captain. He likes being Captain Kirk. You know.
There you go.
Uhura put me through to Bruce.
Does he go boo-boo every time he does it? That sound it makes.
Oh yeah.
Kirk to Enterprise. Yeah.
Bridge.
No, I like Picard where he goes engage.
Yeah.
Patrick Stewart. Oh, Michael Roberts. What do we got? When I press the primer bowl, it pumps fuel very slow. Yeah, because you got a clog. Either one of your check valves or you got dirt in there.
What piece of equipment is it on?
I'm assuming, what is it? I'm assuming it's a 2-stroke something or other. But normally when it doesn't come back, it's dirt in there. Either the check valve.
Well, it's a check valve, or
Mantis
as
tiller
in my
set.
case, it was the accelerator pump.
Yeah, Mantis tiller. Yeah, accelerator pump could be leaking as well. Yep. Actually, our friend Tom, Vintage Engine Repair, has got a lot of real good videos on that. Seriously, Vintage Engine Repairs. Check out Tom's videos.
well, Tom is the one that talked me through all this, but on the inside, there's going to be a throttle shaft that goes through here. All right.
Wait, are you showing us something, or are you just talking?
Yeah, I'm showing you what it is.
Oh, there you go.
Here is the choke side, and I have the throttle shaft out. But basically, what you're looking for is another piece where the throttle shaft.
If you have that hole in there, that means you have an accelerator pump.
Right. Yeah. If you have this extra hole right there, that means you have an accelerator pump, because the throttle shaft goes through these two holes right here.
And the O-ring
and the accelerator pump is behind there. So, like I said, you'll know that. Like I said, Tom taught me through it all. I'm really appreciative. He is so unbelievably helpful with this stuff. Yeah. But
I'm wondering if it's a rotary carb though. If it's because a lot of them are the rotary carbs, like the WYKs and the WYJs and all that.
I don't know. I think you'd have to ask Tom about that.
No. But I'm saying with his piece of equipment, which carb is it, Mike? Because I know a lot of the newer Mantis have the rotary style carbs where you have a purge plate. And the purge plate itself,
isn't that like the check
valves
on the 50cc?
Yeah, there's two check valves in the purge plate.
Michael says it's on a Mantis tiller.
Yeah, but I'm saying the carb though, is it a WYK, WYJ, WT? What is it?
Yeah, no, it's a rotary. It usually is.
It's a Zama. But Zama has rotaries too. But what model is it though, Mike? Can you look on the side of the Zama and see what model it is? There should be numbers on the side of it. That'll let us tell you exactly what we think is wrong. All right, we got the other Canuck in here. Hold on. Boom. Hey.
Hey, wait, you're late.
I know. Making money, boss.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Good job.
Everybody's picking up. The shed's full and people were picking up. So, and today, Jake's with the pit crew again, putting in the radio, the stereo, and the speakers and everything in the Mustang.
Ooh, so they got to be careful. They might scratch the dash.
Yeah, he's going to order Sparco seats for the Mustang. Yeah, they're around I think they're around $650 a piece.
Well, that's not too bad.
Well, it's better than $3,000 for the other ones.
Carbon fiber, yeah. Hey, Joseph, on your ignition switch, you have to buy a battery ignition switch. The magneto ignition switch is different. The battery ignition switch puts power to and from the coil. The magneto switch, all it does is ground out the magneto to kill it. It does not put voltage to it, or else you'll burn it out. So that's the difference. A magneto ignition switch versus a battery ignition switch. Don't mix them. Since you don't have the magneto anymore, you're going to use the coil. A battery ignition switch is what you want. That puts 12 volts to and from the coil. People make the mistake and use a battery ignition switch on a magneto engine. They fry the magneto. So,
Mr. Modal.
There you go. Dangerous.
Brandon.
I turned down a leaf blower today for me to fix. I still can't do that. I can do it with nothing in my hand.
Oh, Brandon had your favorite, Hank. Courage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but piston slap. I mean, I understand. I know what piston slap.
No, but yeah, the throttle shaft was broke. It was like, wah, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, but how does that give you a piston slap?
Well, he thought it had a slap.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
I recently got a lawnmower in that wasn't running, and when I took the carb off, there was a throttle plate and no screws. The screws were somewhere sucked into the engine.
I had the actual throttle plate get sucked into the engine one time.
No, the plate was still there. He was lucky, but I said, listen, there's no warranty on anything here. You got a couple of screws flying around inside, and they're not that big.
Oh, you got to get rid of them too, because they'll make a mess of your piston.
And they're soft enough just to really, really get into the groove of the piston.
Well, that's what happened to that Honda Passport moped that I had. It was it sucked him right in and messed up the top and everything. Got into the valves. It was terrible.
My first car was it's a small Fiat 127. I don't think you got them in the States, but it has where the air filter mounts onto the carburetor. There's a plate holding with studs for the air filter mounting, and there are three little 8mm. Well, there must be 4mm, but 8mm. You need 8mm sockets.
Yeah,
and they're so small when you got, and one went down the carburetor.
Oh my
Holy
Lord.
moly!
How many times have you guys taken apart an engine
I will
and you
tell
see
you.
the
I will
screw in the
tell you.
piston?
I will tell you. There's a little tack in the beginning, and then it goes away. Car runs fine. It's no
It
problem.
might go out the exhaust. It could go out the exhaust valve.
I've had brass screws literally embed into the piston and work fine, and then you take the engine apart
Yeah.
2 years later.
It
And
all depends on if they work their way over to the edge and then go into the groove.
Yeah. But have you guys
Yeah,
ever
if they
seen?
embed in top, it'll. Sorry, go ahead.
Have you guys
Anywhere.
have you guys ever seen a spark plug where the the little pole that goes over the electrode
Mhm.
has snapped off?
Oh yeah, I've seen where they melt off on a nitro engine. The whole top melts off.
Oh yeah, I mean they can melt off, but on a chainsaw, that's a new engine.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you run at 14,000 RPM. Yeah.
The guy put
electrode
in,
was just welded on there, like
the
that.
guy- the guy put in a Chinese plug because he bought a carburetor that came with a plug and a filter.
Oh
And
yeah,
all
the
that.
Amazonian kits. Yeah.
He used that, and it broke off. It cost him an engine.
Yeah, they're junk.
They are junk.
I have 90% of the people that bring me Craftsman Poulon saws have tried to install the Chinesium kit, can't get it to run, then bring it to me.
Yeah.
And I go, let me guess, Chinesium. He goes, what? I say Amazon.
Not too sure whose video was up the other day. I think it was Jacanic where I think it was her that she showed an entire box of the Chinese aftermarket plugs.
Oh yeah, it was
right.
Oh, I have a box.
Well, she just heaves them. She's like Nick, except she don't throw them through the glass. She puts them in a box. Plus all the hoses, plus all the shutoff valves, plus all the fuel filters.
Yep.
They're all
Well,
junk.
look at what I did this morning when I had that homemade pressure tester, the cheap one. Those were brand new HIPAA vents. They didn't hold.
And they're leaking.
Well, I mean, at first they were leaking like crazy. Then I put a little oil in them, to seat them. Because sometimes the duck bill, if it doesn't have a little bit of oil, it won't seal on the housing. So I put a little bit of oil on it, and then it was holding. So
I bought
Was
a bag.
this a brand new carburetor? Was this a fresh brand new carb?
No, brand
that
new
you were
vents
testing,
out of a
Kenny?
HIPAA. No, that carburetor. No, that carb is off of a MS290. It's got a lot of hours on it. The carb tested great, but I wanted to test out these vents because I had a chainsaw the other day, and while I was idling, it pissing fuel out the vent, the Echo style vent. I mean, pissing out. They're supposed to hold about 7 psi. Those Echo vents. All right.
But all that has to be wet with fuel first. If you put something new on there, then you have to wet the inside of the carburetor.
But I'm saying this thing was shooting out like a geyser, and I was like, "What the heck?"
Right.
Well, I don't know if the shutoff valves that look like Briggs shutoff valves, but they're Chinese shutoff valves.
What do you mean the
red handle ones? Yeah, they're
I always pressure test them first because my luck with those Chinese ones are like 70% no good.
Right.
Yeah.
I bought years back. I bought a big bag of fuel filters.
Mm-hmm.
They look like the Briggs & Stratton filters, the clear ones, see through.
Yeah.
Oh, clear ones,
The fuel would dissolve the filter material.
Oh yeah.
No way.
The only ones I use Chinesium sometimes are the red ones, the Chinesium one, because it's just a brass
definitely.
disc. It's not really.
Yeah, it's a screen.
Yeah, screen.
But the screen isn't as fine as the Briggs, but they work.
Yeah, but I mean, you have the white versus the red. The 40 micron versus the 70 micron, or 25 versus 70, I think it is. One's for fuel pump engines. One's.
And then there was always that big discussion when they all came out was which way should the gas flow through them? Should you
big end or small end?
Should you put the narrow end, or should you put the fat end to the?
Well, it's funny. Why did they put an arrow on it? It doesn't matter, but it's like why didn't they put an arrow on it like everybody else?
And everybody mounts the clear ones with the smaller end towards the source.
Yeah.
And so you do that with the red ones too.
I don't know why you need the white one. They say it has to go on a fuel pump. It's only filtering down to 75 microns. The red
but 75 microns is a lot compared to like 25.
And the other ones and the red ones filter 150.
Yeah.
Right. Well, the red ones are just like a fine mesh screen. You can actually see
the white ones actually requires a little bit of pressure for fuel to go through because it's fine. So
you're right.
That's why they do. But I've seen AYP products come from the factory without a pump with a white filter on it.
Yeah, what I can't stand?
Hold back the tank.
When it has a gravity system, like an AYP tractor with a gravity, it's where the battery usually is. They have the gas tank there, gravity fed to the carburetor, and then they put a paper element filter in there. They wonder why they're having trouble.
It might idle, but it might not go full blast.
Yeah.
Now, I think the only way a paper element will work on a gravity fed is if it's directly under the fuel tank, hanging straight up and down.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah. And then it will work. It will.
Yeah, I think it will, but it has to be straight up and down.
The only time I've seen it as an issue was on a V twin, because it does suck a lot more fuel than a regular single cylinder. But other than that, nah, I think it'll be fine if it's right under the tank.
So you guys ever heard of a Swisher?
Yeah, the tow behind mower.
No, there's the zero turn 3-wheeler.
No, I've heard
Driving
of
mower?
the Swisher tow behind mower.
No, Jake just got it in. He videoed it, but I don't know if he's going to put it up because all kinds of people were showing up. Neighbors were pulling in. Customers were showing
People
up while he was
talking.
video. Yeah, so he got upset, eh? But it's a 3-wheeled zero turn machine, and I honest to God, this thing was something else. He got some parts diagrams. I was surprised and found out the bearings it needed. And he swapped out the bearings on the front tire. But you could spin that front wheel like 360 degrees, chain driven.
Ooh.
But it has two
That's it?
wheels.
Let me see if I get a
not
better.
it. This is a
let me see if I
3-wheel Swisher.
Yeah, no, it's a 3-wheel. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me see if I get a better picture. But that one has a umbrella, like honestly, you don't get sunburn. What kind of engine though?
So
The
your
Cobby
beer
engine?
doesn't get too
Had 8 horse Briggs on it.
Oh,
Let's see.
Yeah, you're right, Brandon. They do leak. They're no good. I don't trust them anymore, so I just buy them for my Oregon thing and use theirs because, I mean, if they leak or if you have filter material that dissolves, it goes in the carburetor.
yeah.
I don't want that.
Yeah, I think it was Hester 781. He said he ordered 10 off Amazon and 9 of them leaked.
Yeah.
No, I mean the fuel taps.
Yeah.
They're junk. Don't go there. Buy a good
You know what,
Sten's
this one?
Oregon rotary.
Yeah,
instead.
that's it. That's the one.
Wow.
Yeah. I have to
Doesn't
tell
that
you,
look like a throwback to the 60s?
It sure
Yeah.
does.
what year is that, Kenny?
Is that
Brand new.
front
They sell
wheel?
them at Lowe's. They sell them at Lowe's.
Is
That's
that
the
front wheel?
ugliest freaking lawnmower I've ever seen.
It looks like 1964.
Yeah. Looks like something Zippo Varga would have.
No, it looks like someone bought the
Wayne-
tooling from some old
Wayne-
company and started making them.
Wayne,
They
Wayne
did,
is
Ken.
Wayne, is it front wheel driven?
The what?
Is it
Yeah.
front wheel driven?
I can't
Yeah,
see.
it's got a chain that goes to the front wheel. And
Really?
the guy brought it or had Jake pick it up because the chain kept coming off. Well, his bearings were totally destroyed on the wheel. So he
How
had
would
to
you go-
get brand new
Is
bearings.
it an American product or Chinese or what is it?
I don't know.
Wait, let me
Jake's
see. Hold on. I'm going to go visit the website. Hold on.
So how would you go up a wet hill with that?
nice looking. Dangerous machine.
No, actually,
buddy. I
they
don't
sell
know
it
if
at
I would-
Lowe's. It's
Very
on,
slowly.
it's on the Lowe's website. Lowe's sells it.
Okay,
Yeah, I don't know if I'd
Brandon
wanna
says
do
they
it.
were made in the 60s and they've brought them back again.
It looks
Well,
like the 60s.
Man, that
This
thing is
is an
ugly
old
as a
one.
mud fence.
I think it's kind of cool.
That thing's ugly.
31
Well, that
horsepower,
too.
32-inch cut.
But
31
it looks like an
horsepower?
easy thing to turn over
No,
on in a ditch.
this one had an
That
8
thing is the
horse
size.
engine. in it,
Yeah, that
Briggs
thing's the
engine.
size of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, look at this
engine.
one. Here's a top view with the engine.
So you sit with the engine right, but yeah,
Yeah. Actually,
No.
it'll help with sterility.
yes, a lot.
That thing
It'll
looks like
keep
an
you
April
warm
Fool's
for
joke.
sure
It
on
looks
those
like
It's
an
like,
cold
it's like
mornings.
you don't want to have kids. Swisher. There you go.
Yeah,
Swisher.
and if you get a little bit of a leakage from the high tension cable,
Which
Yep.
high tension cable?
yeah,
Lots of radio waves. That's what Klaus
Yeah.
is talking about.
Yeah, this one has a 10.5 horsepower Briggs in it.
It looks like an old.
Yeah, but here's what's weird. Look at this thing. The steering wheel is right next to the engine.
So does the whole? Oh, it doesn't. The whole. Oh, it goes down on a shaft. So that chain is very short.
Yeah, but this one, the engine was behind, I think.
Huh.
That's the newer. I think this was an original, older one.
Yeah.
It could be. Yeah, it could have been.
So everybody out there, like and subscribe to Kenny's channel, and everybody else out there.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh,
and we just need to get about 10 or 11 people to hit the thumbs up for Kenny.
oh yeah, I'm late on that. Got to go back to YouTube to do that.
Yeah.
2 likes.
That's it. No.
Yeah.
Press update.
Oh yeah.
I had the joy of talking about
How about
YouTube.
that one?
Oh, that's better.
Oh.
Thanks, Klaus.
Yeah.
I don't care what people say. I think you're a fine guy.
Thank you, sir. I think.
That is
Not
just
what-
strange looking.
Similar.
That just looks
Similar.
like
So you
It's
can't
about-
that
even.
looks like some
Look-
sort of AI thing that you told AI and it like they put like 6 fingers on people's hands. You know, that was like give it a lawnmower. It didn't quite connect all the dots.
You know what? This engine had a pull start rope with a hole coming out
Here's
of the
an
cover.
old one. Here's an old one. Look at it.
So
Stella.
it was-
Now that
wasn't
yeah,
that old.
From the 60s.
I still don't
Wow.
like the idea of having a bricks product right between my legs.
Can you
I'm not-
imagine doing? Okay, most farmers do their ditches. You know.
Yeah.
Like on
You
out
ain't
here in the
doing
west.
this with that one.
I'm still
No.
trying to find one with the engine
Not
in
for
the
very
back.
long. No.
Oh, you know what, Kenny? I might be wrong
Here's one right from the 60s.
because the pull start had a hole right
like
through the cover.
I like the horns in the front.
Yeah.
That's a Texas model.
Back when, yeah, those horns could spin around and kill you.
Oof.
Yeah, that's to keep off piss.
That is kind of cool. It'd be fun to ride around at a show, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But Swisher that I know, they make tow behind mowers that you tow behind a tractor or something.
Right.
That's with the
Some of them-
linkage on it so it can sway back and forth.
Some of them have engines and some of them have a PTO.
Yeah, the built-in engine on it. Yeah.
Mhm. I'd like to get one of those.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool.
I'd like to get a tiller with that on there.
Mm.
You have the
Oh yeah, the
stalwart.
power tiller tow behinds. Yeah. Well, Sears used to sell those.
Mhm.
You have the
Oh,
stalwart,
what the hell is
Bruce.
that?
You're
Hey,
fine.
hold on. That might be my customer.
Okay.
Can you put yourself down, Kenny? So that good. Thank you, sir.
I took care of that.
Klaus,
Thank
thank you
you.
for the hints on soil. I'm not going to till a big garden this year, just a small one.
Yeah, but I mean, it's a thing.
But I've been doing that garden for 34 years, so the soil is like 3 feet deep.
No, but I mean, if
That was
if
an
I want-
exaggeration.
if I
18
want
inches
more-
deep.
if I want more to aerate my lawn more, what I do, I spread out fine compost, and all the earthworms come rushing up to get it, and they're making all the holes I need. And I know it sounds a little green, but it
Yeah.
works. It works.
The only problem with living here is the grass really grows well in the summertime, and if you mulch too much, you get a buildup, and it looks like an old grass green.
But I didn't mulch. It's compost. It's
Yeah.
fine meshed compost. I spread out on the lawn.
Mhm.
So the earthworms comes up because they want that, right? It's
Yeah.
food, and they drag it down and they make holes for me.
Mhm.
And it's, I mean, you can pay a guy to come and pluck your lawn, and it's going to cost you I just feed them some compost, and all of a sudden I can see it. You know, and right before I mow my lawn, there are little mud mounds,
Yeah.
which is
Yep.
from the earthworms, and they're everywhere.
And
So
then those worms, they excrete nutrients into the ground.
Yeah. Moose
They
poop.
They-
Castings.
yeah, worm poo. Ooh.
Castings.
But it's
Worm castings.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thanks for
That's
the
a polite
correction,
word
Henry.
for worm poop.
Professor Hank.
Mm.
So yeah, that's what I do. I mean, the only thing I'm really tempted of this year is to what do you call it when level my lawn? It's got lumps.
Yeah.
And they say don't level it because you're going to compact everything and it's bad.
Yeah, rolling it's not good, but everybody wants a nice flat lawn, so they
Well,
roll.
I just use the springs on the small lawnmower blade, and those little springs whip off those little lumps.
Yeah, dethatching springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
that
works.
works. Yeah, but mine is lumpy.
Just did it. Trudy did most of it, and then I went behind her with the pickup.
3 years
Lady
ago,
across
I
the-
wheelbarrowed in 6 metric tons of sand to try
Yeah.
and level it. It
Lady
didn't-
across the street, she dethatched hers, and it was like Bruce. It was like pure dirt. It was like, and everybody was saying you ruined your lawn, and I said, no, she
No.
didn't. You watch it grow like crazy.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it
yeah.
grew up. Yeah.
Yeah.
when I
It
first
looked
bought
like
the
hell
house,
until it started growing, but then
when
it
I
grew
first
up
bought my
beautiful.
house, sorry, Wayne, when I first bought my house 34 years ago, it was bad, like bad. And I would thatch it hard, like right down to the dirt. But now all I got to do is just stir it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
we've been here so long.
No, but I
everything's
mean,
flat.
you're right. If you got a bad lawn and you dethatch it, it looks like you killed everything.
And then that's a really good time to put in a good seed too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But you're right. Give it 3 weeks and some fertilizer.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, the roots are still there.
So
Oh,
the guy came for this mower, right? Now he
Yeah.
lives down the street, right? Down the street and one block down. Anyway, it's a 1994 Lawn Boy, Silver Series, no self-propelled, no bag. It's got the mulching kit on it, black plastic plug inside with the cover over the top.
Yeah.
Mulch is great. It's got one of those ninja type blades. Okay, mulches
Yeah.
phenomenally. Okay, I went out there, didn't even prime it, just pulled it, start on the first pull. Okay, and he goes, "Well, what engine's that?" Tecumseh. Oh, Tecumseh. And I look at him. I go, I was ready to say, "Get the hell out of here." All right.
Yeah.
Really?
So no, but he's like, "Ooh," and
I
I
don't
said
know.
to him, I said, I made the brand new cable for it, the brand new stop cable. It's got a brand new gas cap because the squirrels had chewed through the gas cap. It's got a brand new gas cap on it. It's got that. It's got a brand new oil change, spark plug. I'm putting a brand new oil filter and a brand new carburetor on it. I only want $100. And he's like, this is the guy who came by and says, "You have any mowers? Well, how much do you want to spend? $20?" I'm like, "You want an engine with that?"
Yeah.
You know. So anyway,
Well,
he's
I
like,
think
"We'll have to think about it a couple days and we'll think hard."
You guys know how bad Power Smart is, eh?
Oh yeah.
Not
We
Power
don't-
More, not Power More, but Power Smart.
We
I
don't
think I
have
just
it yet.
sold my Power Smart for $140.
Yeah, Power
Wow.
Smart is the Home Depot offshoot that
You
company.
must
It's really-
feel bad.
Well, it's never been used because the carburetor has been leaking, and we just used it as the vacuum to pick up all of the dead lawn, and I put the little cloth underneath the carburetor yesterday, and there's still no gas on it. So if it's not leaking, I'm going to sell it.
Yeah.
We
Well,
don't
listen
have
here.
we don't have that brand here. Over Power
can grab-
Smart.
Power Smart.
You're
Yeah.
lucky.
Power More, actually, Power More is working its way up to be one of the better mowers now.
Yeah. Good engine.
Yeah, they are. I used to hate them at first. You know how it is, old guy.
And I think any of the carb parts I need, I grab out of my MTD kit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Power
But-
Smart.
Is that a homemade kit or is that a bought kit?
What's that?
Your kit.
Oh no, I got like the kit. I mean, I've got assemblies of different
Oh, yeah.
MTD carb bowl gaskets and needles, and so pretty well anything will work in them.
Mm-hmm. They are loud little buggers, though.
Yeah, loud, but they're good looking machines.
Yeah, and powerful.
They look really good, but I haven't seen one that runs without having issues somewhere along the line within a short period of time.
Right.
We struggle with some of the big box stores here. They will self-import mowers, and they'll sell them really cheap. And that they're 100% Chinese.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that 2 years down the line, nobody can remember that model.
I know.
And okay, so can I get a pull start for it? No,
Honda will fit.
no, they won't. Trust me.
Oh.
This is so cheap that it's not even funny. Yeah, and they look like a regular mower. They're nice and shiny, and
Mm-hmm.
people buy them, and they're only about $100 brand new with 2 years warranty. La, la,
Yeah,
la.
they're pretty, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're nice and small, and and then 3 years down the line, the guy rips something apart, and you go, "Oh, can I get that fixed?" No. Toss it.
You know the thing I hate. You know how the Honda engines you can take the recoil off with the 310mm nuts.
Yeah,
I
wonderful.
think Kohlers, bunch of Kohlers are like that.
Yeah, you can even
The
switch
thing
them.
I hate the worst is when I get one in and somebody else has worked on it and they've used an impact gun to torque those 310mm nuts down. And when I go to take them off, the stud's coming out and I got to undo.
Mhm.
Guaranteed one, but I've had some where I had to pull all three studs out. And then you got to
Yeah,
put a
I had-
wrench up underneath to break that 10 millimeter nut free.
Red
Mhm.
Loctite
Oh, I
time.
had one that was a mess like that. It was
Yeah.
awful.
Yeah.
Well, I'd use the red on the 2, but the 1 normally mounts the ignition coil.
The edge
so
of
I
the
put
one
orange.
side of the ignition coil.
Yeah, I put orange on that one.
Going back in. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, but yeah, it does, doesn't it? It does hold the coil. Yeah.
One side of the
one
coil.
holds the coil.
On the
I
the
always
carburetor side,
lubricate. I always lubricate the threads where I put
Yeah.
the nuts on the top. So next time I have a fighting chance.
It works.
But I have, and
Hopefully
that's
there
not.
won't
I
be a
mean,
next
in talking. Well,
Farmer
talking about-
type. Farmer type.
talking about pet peeves. You get one of these Chinese mowers in, right?
Yeah.
And you want to take the shroud off, the plastics.
Yeah,
Yeah. You got to
So
take the rewind out.
you got 2 bolts in the back. holding
Yeah.
it. The one in front is covered by the sticker.
yeah.
Right. And you don't know.
Yeah.
You're like yanking on that thing and
So
pulling
how
and
many-
yanking.
I know it's there, but when I'm done, I have cut.
I always forget.
You got a hole in the sticker.
and there's a hole in it. It's like, why
And
do you
just
have
think about Mr. Average guy at home.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even find that third one.
no?
He's thinking
And the
and
really
he's
Right.
going to tear
really-
that. He's
and
going to
the-
tear that shroud off of there.
and the really bad thing is now water will collect down there.
Correct. Yeah,
So
that's
give it
the worst
another
thing
year. Yeah,
with the design. When they design it where the screws are so far down, and they're either a Torx or a 5/16 or a 1/4 inch nut driver, but water sits in there, rusts the shit out of them.
Yep.
And I've had them where the holes are rusted right out.
it gets better.
We don't have that kind of humidity, Hank, or
They're
Wayne.
cap nuts.
Sorry.
They're cap nuts. So good luck with the WD-40.
Right.
Because you can't get around it.
Yeah.
Remember, it's
Right.
closed on top. I mean, it's one of those. I don't. Do you call them cap nuts?
Yeah,
It's
that's a good description.
and I'm like, why? Why did you have to do that? I mean,
Because the people in the factory have never worked on anything that's 4 years old.
no,
think
but I
that's
want to get the
acorn nuts.
designer and slap him
Acorn.
silly.
Very good.
Right. I think they're acorn nuts.
Yes,
Rounded top. Yeah.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Acorn nuts. Yeah. So good
Hear
luck
that,
with the
Hank?
So what I do whenever I get him, I almost fill that cavity up with anti-seize and just, next time I
works.
have a chance. Yeah. So, but yeah, why would you do that? You have to cut a sticker, and it's a big sticker, and it's a good-looking sticker, and you cut a
Yeah.
hole in.
And have you guys seen the Remington lawnmowers?
Oh,
No, we don't
They
see
got
those.
that
yeah, I
red,
have. Yeah.
the red or the round air filter cover on it. It's got 3 tabs, so you put it on and
Oh.
you lock it by turning
Oh,
it
yeah.
in.
Yeah, we have
You
those.
cannot buy that cover. You have to
No.
buy the whole air filter assembly.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know how many of them
Yeah.
I've had to go and
Because
scrounge.
they're easy. They're
Yeah,
easy to
use up
lose.
blown engine parts for mine. And then I say to them, listen, I'm going to sell it to you. Just this cover, I'm going to sell you for half the price. And they say, oh, okay. How much that? I says, $20. They said, what? I said, $20 is half the price.
Mhm.
We have a McCulloch.
I like the
and
foam filter inside, but although it's a little small.
I just did one for a guy and I stuck a paper filter that fit those. They'll take a paper filter too that locks itself on. And the guy he didn't have the cover. He's putting a zip tie
Oh yeah.
around it to hold it on, although the friction fits on there. And I said, just blow it off with air every time you finish cutting and you should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many. You got to be really frugal with the little engines that aren't worth that much, because if you even spend $30 on them, you're not making a dime.
No.
Well, we just had a customer, Jake don't want to deal with them anymore. They call up
I got
every
that.
year.
I got a few of them too.
This is 3 years in a row now, right? Well, 3 years ago, you fixed our machine, cost us $185. The next year, it was doing exactly the same thing. You said it was dirt in the carb, you had to clean the carb, and it ran fine all year.
Yeah.
Now this year, we pulled it out, we cut the grass once, it worked okay. Now it'll start and it'll die. So I said, what do you want me to do? So their son brought the machine, and I just told him, I said, listen, where are they buying their gas? And he told me it's at a gas station that doesn't sell a lot of volume of fuel.
Hmm.
And I said, you know what? You might be getting gas that's stored in the tank for a long time, that's been there for months and months and months. They got to start buying their gas at a place that like sells volumes. Like we buy ours, they sell gas to the police department, the fire department, all the EMS, all the school buses fuel up there, plus cars. They're selling tons of gas. It's always fresh.
But I will say, when you store fuel in underground tanks, it's 8 degrees C.
Right.
Mhm.
It's constant.
The shelf life of fuel in ground tanks are 3 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
And
So
then the other thing I said is it's an independent dealer likely, and you don't know that you're not getting 20% ethanol in that fuel.
You have no
Yeah,
idea.
or-
You no idea.
A tank could have been under there for 50 years and it could
I'm,
have
I'm, 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 a,
crud bunnies in it. Crud
I'm, a
bunnies.
stick, I'm a stickler. I only buy my fuel from either Shell or we have something Circle K. You guys know
Right.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
Those
Circle
two.
K here.
Otherwise, I'm not buying it. It's a
I'm
simple.
a co-op only, and I'm still getting premium with no ethanol.
I might have to get you to ship me a tanker over, Bruce. I
Yeah.
can't get it here anymore.
Well,
42
actually, I'm
meters.
lying. I haven't bought since I got home, so I have to check that.
What's
Hi,
that?
Brett.
I test every red can. I test every red can.
All of our fuel has got 10% in it now. Doesn't matter whether it's 91, 94, it's got 10% ethanol in it.
I'm still confident that I don't get too much ethanol because here ethanol is actually more expensive than
That's
fuel.
because you don't grow the corn.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you don't grow the corn.
So
Yeah.
they won't put more at the refinery. They won't put more in the fuel than they absolutely have to.
I know that half the world is starving to death, and we're growing corn
What's
on
up,
millions of acres. Sorry,
Hi again.
I shouldn't
everybody.
be an old grouchy old
Yeah.
guy.
Let's see
It's
your
okay.
permission
It's
slip
okay.
there, Brett. Let's see your permission slip. You're late.
What's going on?
No, because I was fixing small engines. That's why I was late.
Oh,
I haven't done any of that
That's a
yet.
good excuse. That's a good excuse.
what are you working on, bro?
Well, today I had one I'd never seen in my life.
No.
It was an Ariens Razor 21.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it had a very Chonda type engine, but it was a different Chonda than I'd ever seen. The valve cover looked weird on it. Looked like a shoe. Looked like a boot.
Not an LCT?
I don't know what kind it was. 159cc auto choke. The guy
Yeah,
tried to
that's
fix
like a Lonson LCT, probably.
that probably is.
Hmm.
But
Is it almost?
I tried to fix it himself.
Hmm.
And he lost some hardware, so I found that. Well, I got into the thing. It has your automatic choke, your bimetal thing that comes into play after it warms up.
Hmm.
But the choke is relieved by an air vane.
Right.
Start it.
Yeah.
It'll be relieved by two things: temperature and air vane. If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
well, the air vane initially, and then temperature once that bimetallic thing kicked in.
Does it look almost like a brand new Tecumseh, the way the throttle works on the carburetor?
No, it goes across more like a Honda.
Okay.
It comes off the same way that you would take a Honda carburetor or your Power Mower motor. It looked like a cross between a Power Mower, a Tecumseh, and it was different. Mower though.
Remember that LCT I had last year, Wayne, when it had that throttle flap goes to the governor, and
Yeah.
it was a Tecumseh stamp.
Yeah.
Man.
Wasn't that the
2008.
one you couldn't get to throttle down?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or that was a generator?
Who knows? I got 900 videos up.
Hey, Brett, you know if Archer's going on tonight?
I don't know if he is or not. Last week he got busy, I think. But
He had a lot going on last week.
Well, I got bare fisting fights tonight, so me and
Uh-oh.
Jake are eating chicken wings and watching the fights.
No, that's
Men
nice.
or women?
Oh, it's all
we
guys.
did score.
I don't think there are any. I shouldn't say
No,
that.
there are
There
bare
are
fisted
girls
women
in
now.
bare
Yep.
knuckle fighting. I don't
Yep.
know if there's.
So this
any
is
on
basically
site
cage
tonight.
fighting, right?
This is like a square ring, like a boxing
like
ring,
boxing.
but
Like
their
boxing used to be.
but their hands are wrapped, but the knuckles are exposed, so they call it bare knuckle fighting.
They get pretty
A lot
bloody.
of blood, a lot of blood.
Yeah.
Violence.
So it's not
We did
WWF.
this week
And
actually.
this is
get
the
a-
first time they're in California. Just got approved to go to California, so they're in LA.
Is that the first state?
Well, no, they're getting big. They're starting to go all over the
Well,
world now.
weren't they in Vegas for a while?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were in Vegas. They've been all over the place. They were the first ones, I think, in Spain. So
I
they're
went to
starting
a-
to grow.
I went to
So
a
that's
fight
why I
once.
That's why I never hit up Arch, because I'm always watching some kind of fights.
I went to a fight once and a hockey game broke out.
There you go.
Yeah, I went to a fight once and I ended up with a broken nose.
Yeah.
We did get a lady brought in a lawn boy that had been sitting in somebody's garage. She was going to give it to her daughter, and she didn't want to spend the money on it, so we got it. It was a lawn boy model 10420. Had the 4.5 horse F engine with a top mounted recoil, Gold Series.
Mhm.
So, I told the boss, I said, she don't want to spend the money. I said, offer her something for it. I think we give $20 for it.
Wow.
I took it back. I had a good used coil because that was the main problem with it.
Yeah, they're worth 80, $90.
What's that?
It's a two-stroke.
Two-stroke.
Yeah, the coils are worth 88 to $90.
Yep, it was a 683-080 was the part number of the coil for an F motor, F compliant motor. But I pulled the.
I got one of those.
Ain't they nice?
Yep, I got one too.
All torque, can't beat a lawn boy.
I love
two-stroke.
the exhaust going right into the grass. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
me
they cut,
too.
and
This
they'll
thing
cut
got no
3 feet.
plastic carburetor. This has got the metal Wellbro.
Yeah, but they still have the cork floats though.
Yeah,
No, this one didn't.
Oh, didn't?
Oh.
Okay.
mine
Nope.
do.
This carburetor looked like we'd see on a Briggs carburetor or a Briggs Quantum,
Oh.
except it had the air vane on top of it,
Yeah,
and it was metal. But I pulled that carburetor, I cleaned everything up, put the new, the good used coil on it. Everything else on it was clean as a whistle. No primer, manual choke. Tugged it one time, full choke, she took right off.
yeah. The throttle control works the choke.
Yep, the upper
Yeah.
part of the handle's actually got a dashboard.
Yeah, I think they're called Duraforce.
Nope.
The
that's
newer,
not-
the Silver Series was the Duraforce. The F Series was
Okay.
the gold. Yeah.
Mhm.
This was a gold
Yep.
series.
Yeah.
Close. If you can get me
Very
Greta
nice.
Thunberg's address, I'm gonna ship her out my 1970 two-stroke lawn boy.
Yeah, I send her pictures for Quantum every week just to make sure she's still alive.
Yeah. No, just
Yeah.
about to save the world. This lawnmower will save the world. If I send it to her, she won't use it.
Great.
Boy, you know what? This is the last 2 years. I've noticed there's a lot less quantums now happening than there was 10 years ago. They used to be the go-to mower, man.
Tell me if I'm lined up, but let me see.
You're not lined up.
No, apparently I'm
We
not.
got the ceiling.
I'm 8 up, all 8 up.
Oh yeah. Oh!
Yeah,
Stop.
there it is.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
That's F Series. Yeah.
Yeah, see, we have
Yeah,
never,
that's
we never
there's
got
what I'm
those over
talking
here.
about.
We never got those over here.
Yeah, those are
Never.
nice.
The problem is if the tank starts to leak it, the whole top piece has got to be worked on.
Yeah.
We've actually repaired them with seal all.
Me too. Yeah.
But generally, the problem I see with them, if that don't happen, is it'll leak where that little shutoff valve is.
Yeah. Right on the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah, and I found the fix to that. You take that apart, and you could flip that disc around into that little rubber disc.
Yeah, with the 3 holes in it. Yeah. Or
Four.
holes.
There's
Yeah,
4.
4 holes. Yeah.
Two let the fuel flow, and 2 are locating pins. I've done that, but yeah, this thing. I mean, after I cleaned it up, you got all the barn dirt off it. I mean, that thing cleaned up like a brand new mower.
Yeah.
I think we
But
got
people want a
200
bag
bucks
though.
on it.
People want a bag unless you live on a farm.
Yeah.
I do have a bag kit for it.
Make it
Solid.
a delivery this week. I saw an old guy cutting his lawn with what are those in England? Atcos?
Atco.
Echo
Atco,
Balmoral.
He can tell you.
I seen a guy cutting his lawn with one. I had to pull over and ask him. I said, excuse me, sir, are you from England? The guy looked at me and he said, how did you know? I said, you're the first guy I seen with a lawnmower like that in Ontario, other than a golf course.
What if he'd have come back and said, "You bloody well right"?
Good accent.
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, there's the F
Right.
series
Yeah, see, Ken's got one there.
with the vertical recoil.
Okay, yeah, you pull straight up. Yeah, mine's a horizontal recoil.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the cup on top.
Mm.
I actually like that better because when you pull the rope, you get more revs per pull on the motor than you do the vertical. Because
We
you're not
get,
going through a gear set.
We get some old Husqvarnas over here with a 2-stroke Suzuki engine on it. And those
I've
little
never seen one of
Suzukis-
those.
That's
those
an international harvester.
Those little Suzukis, they run
Nope.
sweet.
A studio one.
Those vertical pulls aren't that reliable, I have found.
No,
Well,
and pull, they
people
don't
don't know how to
engine
put them
like that.
together too, with the metal clip inside. They don't know how to put them together.
Right.
I've
I
had
do
so many
believe-
people bring them to me to rewind them.
I do believe I have 2 repair kits for those, for brakes. For the
But
brakes.
if you don't put the clip on correctly, the second gear will fall out and it won't work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Over
I
on
have
my,
I have one
I've
assembled
actually
in
got
my
an
shed.
Have you guys worked on that touch and mow that Briggs came out with for a little bit?
yeah, and it didn't last long either.
That's a finger snapper offer
Yes.
design.
Actually,
Holy
it seems like
Man,
within the last year, I think Terrell actually did a video on one of those touch and mows.
Is that,
What's it called?
is that with the spring and then you touch the little thing and it goes?
When-
Yeah, you
Oh,
press the
yeah.
button, and then when you pull the bail,
when you
Yeah.
let go of the bail to stop the engine,
Yeah.
it rewinds.
It winds the
spring.
spring.
Right.
I did a video
Right.
on that too. It's really kind of cool, but it's very, very dangerous when you're on your hands and knees.
I mean, when Briggs says "do not open," they mean it.
Mm-hmm.
Do not open
It's
because
like starting one with a drill on the flywheel nut.
yeah. I mean,
Okay.
it's got a little rubber wheel that goes in and winds up the coil,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a spring.
So I use a drill on the, sorry.
No,
Go
it's
ahead.
a spring coil, and it's a big one. Yeah, that stuff scares me.
So I use a
Somebody
drill
told
to
me
start
Briggs
engines.
got sued over that.
I'm
touch
sure
and
they
mow.
did. I use a drill on engines all the time to turn them over and start them sometimes, but you have to make sure that you're stronger than the drill. Like if you get a big old, 20 amp drill and you stick it on there and it catches, but if you have a little fairly small drill and it catches, it'll just do that, because you're stronger than the
Yeah.
drill.
In other words, don't try it with a 1/2-inch Milwaukee Magnum hole shooter.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I get really frustrated with an engine and I really need to know if it has compression,
Hmm.
I will put the big drill on it and put the compression tester on, and
It goes past the RPMs and it kicks out
Past
the
past
compression
600
release.
past
Yeah.
600 RPM, so it goes past. Yep.
I've done that. Yeah, it works. But you
Yeah.
you got to make sure that you're going to have a gauge on it, so it's not going to start up on you.
Well, I got one hand on the drill and one hand on 911.
Yeah, but James Condon, he sent me the link for the ratchet. You could get the little tiny ratchet
Yeah.
adapter.
I bought
You
that.
just got to watch that the thing doesn't shoot out of its position, so that if
But-
it go ahead.
But the one I got is for really small 2-stroke engines.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if I put that on my big drill, I have it. It works. The system is nice.
Does it gear
Yeah,
it
it's
up?
like a palm adapter.
No, it does. It's like it will catch on the right
Right.
turn, and once the engine starts, it'll just start to spin.
It'll
Oh,
release.
the spin.
Yes.
It's a
But-
I
ratchet.
like
Yeah.
the way the
Yeah.
old Briggs starter clutches used to work.
Yeah. Right.
And it works fine on chainsaws and on weed eaters and stuff. But if I put that on a Briggs Quantum, it will snap it right off.
Mhm.
Because and I don't know what, I haven't seen James's Wayne, but if anyone finds something, I know that, what's his name, Musty One, he's got one he's using sometimes, but for the love of me, I haven't been able to find it.
Yeah, they sell them on Amazon.
Yeah, the small ones.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Not
talking about the bigger one.
I want one with a 3/8 in one end and a 3/8 in the other end, and
Yeah.
yeah. So it'll, but I haven't been able to find it.
I think
So
this one had a 1/2 inch on each end.
Robert, is he going live tonight?
If anybody sees it or finds it, I mean, drop me an email or put it in
Yeah.
here in the chat or something.
I'll
Because
buy
I
one
want-
for me too.
Yeah, we'll get two. That's after Bruce bought the gasket set.
Right. Oh, I still haven't hit go yet.
I know. Yeah. No, Bruce.
I have to double think everything. Well, yes and no.
If you
Yeah,
guys
so-
want, boys, go up.
My approach is, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
So earlier I was in the shop and I caught you guys talking about how Erica has all the still tools,
Tools.
right? But
Yeah.
you got to remember that when you got a business, the business is buying all those tools, and that's a write-off for your company.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You're getting the
Yep.
HST back, so you're reducing the HST you're taking in.
And
It's
in all
reducing your profit margin and reducing your taxes, but increasing the value of your company big time.
Plus, you're
Yep,
also
and-
being more,
and-
and you're more efficient. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're not
absolutely.
working around with something that I made with a drill bit and a hammer.
Like we
Just
just
think-
bought the
I mean,
pneumatic
Bruce-
oil extractor,
But
and
Bruce,
it's
just
just
think about-
saving us all kinds of time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But just think about it, Bruce. When she has that throughput that she does,
Yeah.
I mean, nobody has time to stand up and spend 2 hours working on making a tool.
No, and you're not going to use old parts either. You're going to use something from the factory that
Oh, yeah.
works, and it's
Yeah.
out of there.
Oh,
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there she is.
Yeah, she's having an open house today.
Yeah, hot dogs. I was going to drive up, but 7 hours for a hot dog. I was like, nah.
Hot
Maybe,
dog.
hey, Kenny, maybe it's a good hot dog. I mean, that's worth something.
If it was 3 hours, I would have. But 7, 8 hours, I'm like, eh.
Yeah, that's like me
And you're
driving
willing
halfway.
to willing to come over here on a plane to get herring?
No, I'm coming over there to get drunk with you with the beer.
Yeah, Erica.
Ah.
Erica,
With
how
you,
much
Kenny, it only
paper-
takes one beer.
Dude.
I know lately, right? I know.
Yeah.
how much paperwork we do as a business, and we don't make any money doing the paperwork.
No.
Yeah, although I know some people that charge for the time they
Mhm.
spend
Yeah.
researching parts.
Well, that's what it is.
diagrams,
Researching
filling in
everything.
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
takes the time.
Even for us little guys, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
looking for 2 hours for some who's it,
Yeah.
and you finally find it. Now, can you bill the customer $100 for that? I don't.
Erica, the
No,
open house is over?
No,
Absolutely not. You cannot.
because you're only going to make $100.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you
I
know,
under-
for
I
shops, they
undercharge
have
anyway.
somebody that does all the ordering. The guy
Mhm.
fixes it, puts in a order, get these parts, they get them, and then somebody
Yeah, but
else
I know
does
my
all the
dealer,
paperwork.
the minute they use a part, they have a little notebook. The minute they pull it from the
Yep.
shelf, they write it in the
No,
notebook.
but the problem with small businesses is that the mechanic in the back scoots out front to the shelf, grabs that fuel pump, doesn't tell anybody, goes to the back
Yep.
and uses it, and then the parts guy says, "Yes, I've got one. It says here on my inventory," and he goes back
Yeah.
there and it's gone.
Right.
But one
And
of
that's
that
the-
is
one-
that.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons that I got rid of my business. I just couldn't continue dealing with that.
Yeah, well, Jake's lucky. I do all the inventory. We got to set up an inventory program though, because I still
Right.
haven't done my
That's
air
why you
filters
have-
yet.
Yeah,
That's why you have minimum stock.
that's well.
No, I got.
You need somebody
we don't
like
have
Trudy that
minimum.
comes out and beats you up if you use up the stock.
There
We
you
got
go.
lots of stock.
Me too. Too much, by the way.
Well,
Too
William,
much.
the most important tool to me is the gray matter between my ears.
That's
That's
my
right.
safety tool.
The
My-
ultrasonic
my-
I
cleaner.
gotta
is
agree
the
with
big-
Ken there.
mine is the big hammer, but
No, the ultrasonic cleaner's got to be the ticket if you're doing a lot of work.
oh yeah.
I just
Because
used it
while
today on a
something's in the ultrasonic cleaner, it's giving me 20 minutes to do something else, like get the next carb off for the ultrasonic cleaner. So the amount of time that it's allowed us to increase productivity is like crazy.
Right.
I'd say for
Yeah,
me,
because I
it'd
can
be
turn
my air
that thing
compressor.
on and walk away and work on something else.
And do an oil change on the next one.
I did a
Yeah.
McCuney today that was disgusting, and it had literally green slime varnish, but only in the needle and seat area. Okay, the rest of it wasn't too bad. It
Yeah.
blocked the fuel from coming in.
Right.
And-
Right.
But it was so nasty though that I had to wash my hands like 6 times in like
You know
pumice,
what?
like this
But
The
if you
orange.
don't fix those, it's $150 for any Mikuni carburetor.
Yeah.
Minimum, it's usually like $300 for
Yeah.
those
Yeah.
things,
Yep.
especially on a Cowie.
Yeah.
You know?
And then John Deere, of course, uses the Mikuni carbs.
But what was
Uh,
weird about it is on the McCuney, there's not the seat is actually a flat piece of brass with just a hole in it. And the rubber tip is what seals. And I was concerned because I had to actually use like a carb cleaner, like a brake cleaner, to rub off the varnish that
Off
was
the rubber.
crusted onto the rubber. And I was afraid it was going to swell and not give me the right gap, you know. But it worked. Good.
Does any of you get annoyed when you have to wait for your ultrasonic to heat up?
No, I heat the
boil
juice.
Well, we'll
I
feel
take it
it.
right in and
Yeah,
stick it
put
on
in
Trudy's stove.
Yeah, put in heated juice.
No,
didn't
I
understand.
just turn
Everybody
it
was
on,
talking.
run it. Sorry.
Everybody was talking at the same time. I didn't get it.
I
Does
put it on
anyone get
Trudy's
it?
stove.
Ah. I
And
bought one
me-
of those. Hank, what are they called? The ones you that
Oh,
big-
Immersion heater.
Immersion heater.
There you go.
That was a good charade.
16 minutes from 15 degrees C to 65 degrees C.
Uh-oh,
and you gotta heat it.
John Rhodes drank the Kool-Aid. There we go.
I use an electric kettle.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
right now,
Wow.
Jake's bought some stuff called Calabusa, and it makes the entire shop smell like lavender. And
Wow.
lavender is good to calm everybody down. Just
Wayne, our American friends don't know what an electric kettle is.
no.
Yeah, we do.
Stella?
Hey, John.
So to answer
how are
your
y'all?
question, I toss the part in cold, turn it on, and then in 20 minutes it's heated up, and I run it through a second time, which I'm going to do anyway.
See,
Yeah,
mine
the
takes
friction-
an hour to heat up all the way.
Yeah, the friction increases the temperature. Like if
I
I
use
put
my
it in and start
Yeah,
at
but hold
60,
on.
it's 65
Do you
when I finish.
Do you guys burp it first? Do you do that? What do they call it, burping, to get the air out? Do you
What,
guys do that?
degas?
Mine,
the first
mine
gas,
doesn't
degas,
have that
yeah.
function.
Yeah,
Mine
mine's got
doesn't
the
have that
function.
function.
Yeah.
If
Just
it's
turn it on
fresh,
for 10 minutes.
fresh water, I degas it first.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying. I use a liquid designed for aluminum carburetors. Aluminium carburetors. So I reuse my fluid.
Me too.
Five-
I reuse
I
mine.
reuse
time.
it over and over.
Yeah. I just throw that immersion
Wow.
heater in. 15 minutes later, it is 55, 60 degrees. Go.
Okay.
That's not
I do filter mine every time I use it and then put it back in a big jug.
I don't. I just look
Arch
at
is
the bottom.
killing me.
If I can't see the bottom anymore, I change the fluid.
I'm surprised, Klaus.
No, but I mean, it doesn't agitate it. It doesn't come back up. So the fluid is clean.
It does for me.
does?
We're talking. Yeah.
Huh. Hi, John.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, John.
Everyone's doing
Fantastic.
good.
Look at
Hey,
all
Mark.
look at all the guys and girls.
Look at that
on-
clean haircut.
I know. Look at that.
Hey,
Looking good, buddy.
What, are you
Going
going
for
to
a
jail?
beauty
What
pageant.
happened?
What?
No,
Looks like a penitentiary haircut.
and now, well, it's
Gotta
getting
mix-
summertime down here, and that gray hair's got to go.
What's the
got to
temperature
go.
down there, Brown?
It's 70 something, but it's
Wow.
cloudy.
Yeah.
Nah, y'all
You look
talking about
good.
that gas? Y'all talking about gas prices a while ago?
It went up 36 cents in 3 days here.
Nah, but there's
Oh, well.
a store.
I hear you,
there's
Klaus.
a store. Yeah,
No,
there's
we're
a
gonna
store
be at $4 for regulars pretty soon.
Yeah.
We're there.
There was a
Now,
store
when you
I
get
used
to
go
eight,
to.
when you get to
Yeah.
$8 like we are, I'll feel your pain.
Well, I know you're still paying less than us, and we're paying $1.65 a liter.
Nah,
Yeah.
but there was a store I used to go to when I
What's that,
lived
Arch?
off of Twin Bridges. They had ethanol.
Robert, what are you
and
talking about?
The gas prices of gas.
Ah,
They were-
okay.
Two pumps, two pump areas. One at the store and one on the dock. The store.
Well, any
price-
docks, forget it. They're crazy with like boats. Forget it.
Mark Thomas says that the tool he can't do without is the undo button. Yeah, we all love that
Yeah.
one.
Arch, we're not talking about personal problems.
But the reason the gas at the dock on the water They got EPA guidelines.
Hey, Robbie, you got a flashlight you can shine in your face?
Top Gun.
He's got so much backlight, all I see is a silhouette.
Yeah.
Tar
No, I
Heels
got
wanted to know the best solution to use in the ultrasonic cleaner. We use orange
Pine
Zep.
Sol.
Pine Sol's good, works. Orange Zep, Dawn dish soap. Do
Yeah.
not
I use the simple
now,
green aircraft and aluminum cleaner.
Yeah, now, yeah, but that all that stuff's expensive. Even the Zep, I used to be able to buy it for like $9 for a jug. Now it's like, I don't know, I think it's $18 now. But I saw some guy, I got to try this dish soap crystals. He was using pods in, but the pods totally don't dissolve. So you got to buy a dish soap that's, and I'm going to try it out because he says it is pennies to the like cents instead of dollars for
Yeah, they say
concentration.
Dawn dish soap is pretty good.
Yeah,
Dawn
like
does good, and that one
like a
video that I did.
dishwasher crystals.
I
Yeah,
have
what
like
I'm talking about?
Cascade.
Yeah,
I use older mean green, but it's the mean green that didn't have ammonia in it, and it
yeah,
doesn't turn the carbon.
My friend's mom used to use Cascade all the time, the white crystals, you know.
yeah. So
And
I'm
it was
gonna
funny
buy.
because every time the glasses would come out of the dishwasher, we take our finger.
Yeah,
Uh,
so I'm
Stella,
gonna
how
try
much
Cascade.
Pine Sol do you use, Stella? How much?
Pardon me?
Quarter of a cup? How much Pine Sol do you use? About a
No,
quarter of a cup?
I mix Pine Sol like 4 to 1, 5 to 1 with water. But
Ooh.
Arch, to answer your question here, Arch, is the Dawn dish spray, that stuff, I think the important ingredient there is alcohol. I think that's what makes that do such a good job on your dishes. And I think that's just going to evaporate away. I thought about that, but I think I found out that alcohol is the main
The real
ingredient.
blue
I
stuff.
never heard of that.
The Dawn Platinum concentrated.
Yeah, the blue stuff that saves the baby ducks.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
When I
works well.
did that one video on my channel, when I first tested that ultrasonic right after I bought it, when I threw those saw chains in there, that was Dawn Platinum.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
Good stuff.
it did good on the chains.
Well,
Yeah.
the
Well,
Pine Sol still has enough solvent qualities to it that it
Yeah.
dissolves all that sort of stuff easily. I might have to do a second round in the cleaner, and it doesn't discolor carburetors, and it's
Well,
cheap.
Has
In a-
anybody done jewelry?
No.
Yeah,
No,
I have a
Yeah.
separate one for jewelry, a smaller
we
one.
can't afford jewelry, Bruce.
Well, I got all my finds from my
I've
metal
done my
detecting.
glasses before.
I got my metal
Yeah.
detecting stuff down there, and I have a bracelet.
Yeah, there ain't
from,
nobody in this house has jewelry. It's just me.
Yeah.
Anyway, I found a bracelet from what's it called of New York? Tiffany's from New York.
Ooh.
Yeah,
I found that on the
Right.
beach, and it retails.
yes,
No, used. It's $800, so it's a
Wow.
beautiful bracelet.
right.
But I don't want to mess it up.
Well, I
No.
use
Well-
Bruce. I use Dawn on my mother's like anniversary ring. That's what I've used it on. I haven't put
Okay.
anything else
The
on
thing
there.
is-
They
the
say
thing
a lot of
that
times
works
with the
well.
ultrasonic,
In-
you have to
in a-
watch that the settings don't loosen up.
Right, and the stones fall out.
Yeah.
Right.
In an ultrasonic, the only thing you need the solvent for is to transport the dirt away,
Right.
because the
Right.
ultrasonic
It's a
waves-
surfactant.
Yes,
Surfactant. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
like
sorry.
King
That's what
30
I
That's a
meant.
word that's a word I never heard before, but I like
Yeah.
it.
That's what you use when you're spraying dandelions.
And that's what
do,
you
but,
use when you have ants and you want to kill them. You put a drop of Dawn in the water, then the ants sink right to the bottom.
It acts
like-
as a
yeah, like
when you
disinfectant
have- breaks
to make it
It
stick.
breaks the surface tension of the water.
Yeah, like
And
an
I hate
outboard
water,
motor.
right?
When you have an
And-
outboard
So-
motor and you
so-
take the dish soap and you make a
whatever-
ring and
So whatever cleans your carburetor is not the solvent. It's the ultrasonic waves. It
Yes.
breaks
Yes.
up dirt from surfaces. But
Right.
you want
Right.
to you want it to
it breaks down the grease though.
it's like you want it to be able to either float to the bottom or float to the top or go to the bottom or just mix up with the water. You want it gone. But if you use regular water, there will be very little difference.
Right. I understand that.
Well, I will
But it
say,
won't-
Klaus, one time I had a carburetor that was so gunked up It was so old, it was like almost black. All of the fuel that had dried up in there. And I said,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'll just put this in gasoline. That'll take care of this." Did not do it. Everywhere where
No.
there was like a throttle shaft, it was still stuck in there. So once I ran it through with Pine Sol, it cleared all that sort of stuff up.
The only luck I had with
Pine Sol,
gasoline.
Pine Sol is a great dispersant. I mean, it contains the dirt and takes it away.
Right.
Just like soap in 1030, Klaus. Soap in 1030.
The only time I use pure gas, though, Stella, if I have a cube carburetor, Ammo, Walbro, something that has stuck check valves, I won't use solvent. I'll use 2-stroke mixed gas in a peanut butter jar and let that ultrasonic, and it usually frees up the check valve.
I have a product that's designed to clean carbs while in situ. It's something you pour in the carb and it'll dissolve gunk and dirt. And
Well, it's
stuff.
like what is it? What's the stuff? The white can.
We used to sell it as a little, and it had a little handle on the side.
Seafoam, yeah.
Right.
William, that purple power is going to discolor aluminum carb bodies.
Yeah, that stuff's
Jeremy uses purple power at 10%, and I think it's okay at 10%.
Okay.
Because I watched them cleaning a carb, and I've cleaned carbs with purple power, and it's ruined them.
Thank you.
I tell you, I never used to be a big seafoam guy, but I'll be honest, lately I do put it in some of my customers' gas tanks, and I think it makes a little difference. I really do.
I feel the same way. I hate to admit it because I've been anti-seafoam for a decade.
Yeah.
Seafoam's got another product that I like.
Deep Creep?
No, not Deep Creep. It's IC5. It's actually it actually took the place of what we used to sell down there, the Blaster FIC, the fuel injector cleaner.
Okay.
But this is by Seafoam. It's called IC5, and I've put that in gas tanks on mowers, and it works. We had a generator down there one time.
Yeah, that's a fuel injector cleaner.
Yep, and it works.
But they ain't a whole lot of fuel injectors.
IC5. It's a
IC5.
term.
Yep.
IC5.
I use Briggs and Stratton's Fuel Fit for my shop gas.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, and it's I don't think small engines like the ones we do that the way the carburetors work. Yeah, you can put additives in, but they don't quite. I mean, have you guys ever tried to run a decarbonizing additive in your fuel?
Yeah,
and
transmission fluid.
I usually just squirt water in it like we used to do when we were kids. So squirt water.
I mean, I bought one can after another of stuff you put in the intake and all that stuff. But on a Briggs or a Honda lawnmower, the compression isn't high enough. The temperature isn't high enough. It doesn't work.
No, you're right. It cleans a little bit. It cleans a little bit of the carbon, but it doesn't really do anything for what you're paying.
I did a video about 3 years ago where I bought a can of it's a foamy thing for cars. You spray it.
And you let it sit, right? You let it sit.
Well, you can let it sit, but you can heat soak it. But you spray it in, and then while the engine is running, and it's supposed to take away, power foam, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I thought you were going to whip out a can of Aquanet.
No, hold on.
No. What I was going to say is this stuff is designed to put like a whole can into your car. Well, what I do with this is I spray a couple of squirts, and the engine will start to cough and blow out black smoke. Yeah. And I do it again and again and again. And about the fifth time I shoot a few squirts through there, it's blowing white smoke. So I know it has cleaned out something inside of there.
I did a video 3 years ago with a Briggs Quantum engine. I started it up, I ran it hot, and I feeded that power foam into it.
I didn't understand it.
And then I took it apart afterwards. And I'm telling you, I could not tell the difference. I did before and after.
Oh, it didn't work.
But say on a scooter that is higher compression, higher operating temperature, maybe that will work there. but on the lawnmower, nah.
I got to get something to eat.
Okay,
Well, like I
Bruce.
said, I mean, it like turned it, the smoke that's coming out of it starts as black, and when it
Yeah.
starts blowing white smoke, I know it's
Yeah.
done something. What I don't
Yeah.
know, but it helps.
But if you want to do the test one day, Stella, take an engine that you know is old, and then there's carbon
Right.
in there. Take the head off. It's easier with a
Right.
no head. You know that. Take the head off.
Yes.
Take a picture of it. Put it back together. Run a whole can of that stuff through, and open it up and see if it made a difference.
Well, this is for a car engine. You know, like I said, like
yes,
maybe
car engines.
yeah.
different beast.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna email Project Farm.
But it very clearly says on the can, run the engine up to full temperature and empty the can into your car. I mean,
Until it
spray
dies,
the entire thing on there. No. You keep spraying. You don't let it die. You spray.
Okay.
You got to back off a little bit. Spray back off. Spray back off. And all that time, it's coughing and gurgling up.
But
all
that's
this mess.
what
I'm
they
like,
say to do with deep creep, though. Do that with your thing until it
Yeah.
starts smoking like crazy. And
yeah. I mean, it does something. I don't know what, but
particularly on
it helps.
diesel, it works great on diesel engines. It really does.
Really, I just bought a diesel engine.
It cleans the tip of the injectors. It cleans the valves. It cleans the pistons and combustion chamber.
So I spray this right into the air intake and my diesel.
Yeah.
Nice. I didn't know that.
Just don't flood it. Make sure it's
so Stella,
idle has to be about 1500 RPMs.
Right.
Because you don't want it to vapor lock or lock.
Right.
Because
Stella, where have you traveled with the new van?
Home Depot.
That's it.
You mean her Mercedes?
Yes, Carmen and I went to Home Depot, and she stayed in the parking lot.
Now that was what, $39 for a set?
Yeah, $39 for both blades. Yeah,
that's not bad. Yeah, that's not
bad. I bought an aftermarket.
My first camping trip was in my neighbor's driveway, and our first trip was to Home Depot.
You and Carmen are doing great.
She's doing all right. She's fine. But cats sweat through their pads. They don't perspire anywhere else. And once I got on the road, she was kind of yowling a little bit. I looked down and I could see her little wet paw prints.
Yeah.
So I felt bad for her, but she was fine. She was fine. Yeah. She was good. She was okay.
How's the other cat?
The other cat, I hate to say, he doesn't live with me anymore. So I had to find him a new home.
Poor guy.
No.
Yeah,
it's fine. It's fine.
Hard to believe here in a couple months, Stella. Charlie over here will be actually 17.
Good for him. Yeah. Well, Carmen is like 12. And so this is all new experiences for her. But she'll do all right. She's fine. But I did find out she can get under the brake pedal, and the brakes are good enough that I don't squish her head. So I figured that part out.
Yeah, you'll know when you step on the pedal when you hear something squeal and it don't sound like tires. It's Carmen objecting.
Yeah. I was like, oh no, honey, you can't be there. So I'm like slowing down, and it's just perfect. So it doesn't squish your head.
Yeah, I have a can of that Seafoam that's got that real funky looking hose for throttle body cleaning.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I have noticed a lot of guys, they will put the parts in a mason jar, then stick that in the ultrasonic.
That's everything I do in my ultrasonic, because I do different solutions. I do vinegar for brass bits. I'll do CLR for stuff that has a lot of rust on it. Then I do Pine Sol for everything else, and sometimes Dawn.
Has anyone done CLR though for the white stuff in a carburetor?
No, I've never bothered with that.
People use it for humidifier filters.
Yeah,
you don't.
Oh
no, you just need a regular degreaser, Kenny. The ultrasonic will break up that white stuff.
We had Dennis out there, then we lost him. Dennis Cottle.
Then there's that stuff called LA totally awesome. I used to, when I worked at that restaurant, that was part of the kitchen floor is a black and white tile.
Wake up, John.
I would spray that on there and mop that because the guy had somebody come in every Sunday, every other Sunday, and strip and re-wax the floor in the main dining area. But the kitchen, they wouldn't wax it because they knew it would get slick. Yeah. Oh,
Excuse me.
That's okay, Bruce. Nice to see you eating.
What's for lunch, Bruce?
PB and J.
Okay, so you,
Oh.
so Trudy isn't home then, eh?
No, we have to keep talking for another hour and a half because she's outside placing all the clay pots we put our flowers in and filling them with dirt.
Oh,
Oh. So as long
Because
as
you're
you're,
Just keeps us rolling.
as
Let's
long
just
as
keep
you're
this
busy,
rolling.
she's busy.
I did that today in my yard.
Yeah,
you're
but
still
I can't
using
do
the
it this
back.
year.
You're still using a bad backstory there to get her to do all the work, Bruce.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, Bruce, you're bad. You're bad.
I still can't. No, I still can't roll over in bed, you guys.
Yeah.
It's been
Nah.
rough.
Does anybody know of a video of how to redo the brakes on a 42-inch mower pan? I got to redo the trim side brake is the one I got problems with because it's got a little funky clip and stuff. I got the
And what?
order
What's it
on
on? What's it on? Remember?
my Poland and my YS. They're made by Husqvarna.
Yeah.
The discharge brake is easy. That's just, but it's the trim side. It's got a
You
little
talking the
spring
brake on the
and-
arm, the brake pad on the arm that hits the pulley?
Yeah,
What
that
brake you talking
stops.
about?
That stops the
But I know a
brake
lot of
from
times
spinning.
the actual arms themselves wear little divots in them, and you have to take a grinder and smooth it out so it's a smooth cam transition.
But I've never found a place where you can get. I mean, the little brake pads.
McMaster car, you can buy the brake material and JB welded on. You can buy
Thank
the
you very,
brake
very
material.
much. You think my master car is in Europe?
They call them a puck.
Yeah.
What do you
They're
guys
not
use
cheap.
over there for
Yeah.
friction material, Klaus? You guys don't sell friction material anywhere, like in a hardware store?
We do, but it's not. It wouldn't be available to everybody. It would be a commercial thing.
But I think you're having trouble with the actual applicator arm that pushes it, not the
Yeah,
not
the
puck itself.
arm, there's a
The arm,
roller.
the arm can wear,
that
but
goes
that's
on it.
easy. You just bend it. Yeah,
No,
the
no,
more
but
it
on,
wears,
on,
the more
on the
you bend it.
Husqvarna ones, the AYPs, the arm has a dip in it, and the pin that rides in it, it puts a groove in it. You've got to
It does.
smooth out that
Right.
groove
It does.
to make it a nice smooth transition, and that way it'll go snap back and forth.
Yeah. But if it's
Yeah.
worn, I can't find a place where I can buy that brake
Puck.
pad and glue it on. Puck.
Yeah, but
sorry.
you have, don't
And
you
glue it
have
on.
disc brake pads for your cars and trucks?
Yes.
I've had people take those and just cut a piece off.
That's a good
Yeah.
idea.
And
Yeah.
glue
Why
it
don't
on.
you just
But, what do you glue it on with? So it doesn't come off.
JB Weld, whatever,
Yeah.
it'll work. Yeah.
or
Rough,
you
rough
gotta
it up.
You get a high temp JB Weld.
Yeah, and what I do, Klaus, is I'll drill a little bit of hole in it too, a small hole and a hole in the mating piece, put the
Oh,
JB Weld,
nice.
it'll act like pins.
I wish JB Weld was available here too.
You don't get JB Weld, seriously? In
No,
Denver?
I do on Amazon.com.
No, but what's your go-to epoxy over there?
Nothing that'll kill you.
We've got epoxy. Don't get me wrong, man. We've got
Yeah,
epoxy, and that. But I've never found a place where you can buy those pucks for
Yeah.
for.
No,
even
I've
if
used
you ask,
in my.
if you ask Husqvarna or AYP, let's say buy the whole arm.
Hey, Klaus?
Oh, no, definitely. But I've used in my Cub Cadet tractors and stuff like that, where I couldn't buy the friction pads, I would buy disc brakes, cut them off, and trim up into little pads and glue them on. That's what I do.
So, Klaus, you got 2 new words in English today.
I did.
Yeah, the
Hank's
other
got
thing
the
is-
answer.
Oh,
the
if-
stars are out.
Don't you have an old 2-inch belt for your dress belt? You know, the
Oh,
real
leather.
leather belts, not
The one-
plastic.
yeah.
That'll work
Yeah.
too. Yeah, leather.
Yeah, Klaus, the ones that you used 20 years ago that are 3 inches shorter than the ones you have now.
Pick these up.
You cut a piece of real leather,
Thank you so
Really?
much to everybody that
Yeah.
stopped in
and glue
today.
it on there.
We really enjoyed
Okay.
having you all here.
Thank you. Erica,
Andrea's
we
gonna-
can hear you, but we can't see you.
Your eyes
Yeah, where are
closed.
you?
She's gonna
Is
pick
she-
one today.
She's giving away stuff at her open house.
Erica, where are you?
Somebody,
And the winner is
I'm not
I
sure.
take
No.
relish.
Can't see her.
I'll
She's
take
talking
re-
to the no. Stop it. She's talking to the crowd.
I'll take
the
relish
winner
on
is
mine.
Mr. Rowan. That would be Frank Rowan.
Hold on.
We'll give Frank a call. Thanks, everyone.
She's doing giveaways.
He's
Yeah.
gonna think it's rigged.
It's a
He
wrap.
didn't want to go in it.
Oh,
You need to
Wait,
put him in it.
she doesn't know. She has no clue.
She doesn't know we're on. This could get bad. She could
Wait,
talk
hold
about
on.
us.
Can you save her? Save her.
Erica!
Save
Should I
her.
call him?
Okay,
I'll put her-
guys,
I'll put her
I
in the
got to go
basement.
back to work.
All right.
Take
Enjoy.
care,
Good-
everybody.
good
Thank
news,
you.
Kitty.
Everybody. Yeah.
Take care.
Everybody stay safe.
Take care, Wayne. Say
Bye,
hi to
Wayne.
Jake from us, okay?
Everybody, yeah. When he comes back tonight, we'll see. He'll show me all the pictures of what they got done today.
Look and have fun at the fights.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
It's funny. You can't go to a bullfight anymore, but they still show humans fighting on TV.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and then they
what
show
the-
it on Dr. Phil.
Humans make the choice. Humans make the choice.
Is it
Yeah,
like,
man.
was it over
I
in
still eat
I,
beef.
I saw a special on bullfighting one time. I felt bad after that.
Yeah.
Is it like,
Yep.
was it? They got that over in Spain running of the bulls. They got bulls running in the street with humans in
that's-
front of them. I'm like, yeah.
What I really like is
That's like chicken fights.
no,
That's
Klaus.
disgusting
Did you ever
too.
see the tomato fights in Italy when they run the street throwing
Yeah,
tomatoes
yeah,
at each
yeah.
other?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
That's a lot of romaine tomatoes.
Oh yeah.
It's like human salad.
I got that, Bruce. No one was paying attention, but I heard you.
For what?
Roman
I eat beef?
tomatoes.
Oh, I
God.
didn't even mean to.
Oh, God.
I mean, I said Roma tomatoes.
But,
There, now I've
yeah.
got peanut butter and jam all over the office chair.
Good job.
Now,
My name is
No, the
Mother.
tomato fighting thing, that sounds like something that Gallagher would have liked.
Oh, I love a good peanut butter sandwich. That's good food. I don't care. It's good.
No, when
food.
I die and they do the autopsy and they cut me open, it's just going to be peanut butter and jam.
Yeah, it's good
now,
stuff.
Bruce, are you doing your
It's not
peanut
a bad
butter
way to
and
go.
jelly sip? Now, are you doing your peanut butter and jelly separate, or are you buying it as one thing in the jar?
No, all separate.
Yeah, if they cut me open, it's going to be Arby's roast beef.
Mm.
Yeah.
Because now it's available on
Mm-mm.
DoorDash around here, and I'm like, okay, I know what I want.
Oh, yeah. We
That's
went
bad.
to
Love
Millersville.
Arby's.
Yeah. We went to Millersville the other day, and this place called Huey Magoo's. They do nothing but chicken tenders, and you talk about good.
That kind of sounds like Raising Cane or Chick-fil-A around here.
Yeah, well, they started in Florida. They're mainly in the South. They got one in Nevada. They got restaurants in Nevada and some in Ohio, but they're mainly a Southern thing.
I like it smooth.
Mm.
Sorry, I jumped in.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
well,
good.
Then they got that one peanut butter that's got actual pieces of peanut in it.
Yeah, that's what Al McLean likes. I like the smooth
Like an
Yeah.
O. Henry candy bar.
Yeah.
at the bottom of the pool.
Yeah.
I seen
Oh.
something the other day on Facebook. I mean, it isn't small engine related. It's a blind thing related. And I got a chuckle out of it. Was this joke? There were two blind pilots. They boarded an airplane. One's got a guide dog. The other's got a, tapping a cane. They're going up the aisle, and people were kind of snickering about it. They thought it was some kind of joke. They go into the cockpit, and people were getting a little concerned. They hear the engine start up, and and everybody's like, I don't know what's going on. So the plane starts taking off down the runway. And at the end of the runway, it drops off and goes into water. Well, the plane's going faster towards the water. It's getting closer and closer, and everybody freaked out, and everybody just screamed. And right when everybody screamed, that plane lifted off into the sky, smooth ride and everything. They kind of relaxed and went back to their magazines. Meanwhile, up in the cockpit, the one pilot said to the other, he says, Bob, one of these days those guys are going to scream just a little bit too late, and we're all going to die.
Yep,
Yeah.
I knew where that was going. That's a good one.
The good old days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My dad had a Valiant station wagon, and I spent a lot of time back there.
We had a 73 Chevy Impala wagon with the clamshell window and door that disappeared.
Big.
And we had air mattresses in the back. My brother and I would sleep with our heads looking out the window all through New York City at like 4 a.m, driving down to Florida. We'd stop at, south of the border, get our fireworks. All right. We'd go to.
That's a great place. It's still there.
It's still there. Yep. South of the border. And then we'd go to Stuckey's for the pecan log. We had to get the pecan log.
Oh, yeah.
And then we always stayed in Days Inn hotels because they were the cheapest. And then we'd always have breakfast at the Awful House.
The Waffle
That's right.
House.
So
Yeah, we got those
House.
around here too. The Awful House.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're
Hey,
not
man.
bad.
It's good
Did
stuff.
somebody
Don't knock
did
it.
somebody say Waffle House?
We say Awful House.
Waffle House.
Oh, awful,
Good
awful.
stuff.
All I heard was Waffle House.
Same thing. Same thing.
Same thing.
Ah,
Yeah, we
Oh,
got
man,
It's humor.
you're missing
It's
the good
humor.
stuff.
Heard of it?
It's one of those restaurants where you don't go back to see how they're cooking it.
it's
No.
like
Yeah,
IHOP.
you don't
It
wanna
still
know. Don't
it's
ask.
like IHOP. It still tastes good though.
Yeah, but you know why they call it IHOP? Because that's where you'd be doing all the way to the bathroom after you eat it.
Yeah.
Well,
it
that's
still-
what they say about
I did-
Taco Bell too. It's rented food.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's-
for
no,
some reason,
Brett,
my
Brett,
kids must have
Brett,
lead
Brett.
stomachs.
But Brett, that's because of the beans.
Well, yeah,
That's
you're-
natural.
no.
You go into Taco Bell, and after that, you're
Well-
whistling Dixie just at the wrong end.
Hey, I eat some
Nah,
pretty fancy
we
stuff
have-
down south, man.
Ah,
Yeah,
You know,
look, we have.
the food is so good down in Mexico. It's just, and it's different. It's not like
Well, Mexican
Taco
down
Bell
there
at all.
doesn't. Our Mexican, just like Italian. Italian
Yeah.
here is nowhere near what Italian is in Italy. You know.
I think my daughter spent 5 years in China. She knows that the Chinese food is not the Chinese food we see.
Oh,
here.
no. Not at all.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, can I put a dog on for you?
And Indian food is best served outside India.
Yeah.
Oh, there was somebody joking
All right.
with me the one day because I was going to Chinese place down the bottom of my street, and they said, "Where are you going?" I said, "I'm going down to get some chow mein." I said, "Oh, you're going to take a stop at the Calico Cafe," and I'm like, "You are not right."
Erica, you still there? Because I'm going to go gray. You're still in the basement, so you're still with us. But anyway, guys, 2 hours. We're going to end it here. Erica, you're still in the basement, so you're still good. We'll bring you up when you feel like it. So anyway, Stella, thank you, hon. Klaus, Brett, Mr. Bruce, Hank,
Thank you, everybody. It was fun.
Thank you
Robert,
for hosting, Ken.
Clem. We will catch you all next week. We're going gray. Erica, hang tight. We'll chat in the gray. See you
Everybody
next
take
week,
care.
everybody.
See
Take care,
y'all.
everybody.
See you,
Take care,
John.
everybody.
Later.
Thanks.
Robert.